everybody, and welcome to another live stream here on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. That's me, that's who I am. And today we shall be painting this dwarf that you may recognise from the thumbnail. Basically, if you've sort of watched the channel before, you'll know that I am an avid Blood Bowl player, and that in the league I am a part of, I have a team called, this is my my team box, this is the Barracks Skylad Corsairs. They are a dwarf team that I kit bashed with some parts from the what they called Caradron Overlords, the sort of flying sky dwarves. So like, they normally don't have backpacks and axes and all sorts of weird things. They certainly aren't supposed to fly across the pitch. Wow, I need to redo the basing on this one. But yeah, they're generally a good time bunch of lads that live in a city in the sky. Unfortunately, not the last time I had a league match, but the time before that, one of my troll slayers got injured. Got injured so badly, in fact, that they died. So what I could do is just reuse that model, because since then I've earned enough money through play and through winnings to afford another troll slayer and basically complete my roster. I could, and indeed some might say should use that model again, but for some reason, because I've kit bashed these models together and they don't look like the normal sky dwarves or the normal like dwarves, they just feel so distinctive to me that basically, I don't know if you can see, you know how I've got this drawing of Watson, this like amazing portrait done by Nummy Numbers. Down here you've got two little blips. Those are the two dwarf models I no longer use because they both got killed during league play. So that's Henry James Crunkleditz and recently deceased Troll Slayer Sigblad Ironjaw. So what I've done is I've kit bashed a new one together, and we're just going to paint it up in this colour scheme we all know and love. It's based on the Rebel Alliance pilots' colours. We're just going to put this little guy together and paint him up. And then after that, because I don't imagine this one model will take 4 hours, I'll paint something different. But there we go. Well, says Bobson Dugnut. Bobson Dugnut is still alive. He is my team captain. Hang on, I'll show you Bobson. Where's Bobson? Here we go. There's Bobson Dugnut there. Excuse me for sniffling as well. Apparently, for the first time in years, I have a little bit of hay fever right now. Dan Kelleher says, surely not orange and cream. I know. Stranger things have happened, but I could scarcely believe it myself. Rob J says, has this new player been named as yet? No, not yet. So we will see about that later on. Chaos says, what do you think of the new Necromunda Big Squat Eggy Boy? I'm not a big fan of the Necromunda Big Squat Eggy Boys. Is there a new one for me to look at? Because I'll have a look at that. Sarah Lynch, she there is in chat and says, where is your pleasantly rustic apron from? It is from under NY Sky. So like under my sky, but misspelled. So hopefully that helps. I'm just going to blow my nose, so I'm going to mute my mic. Excuse me, sorry. That's better. I haven't had hay fever in years, and I wasn't sniffling before the stream started, and then suddenly I was just like, so sorry about that. Right, let's get some paint down on this palette. Hello to everybody watching, including the nice witch who says, no unmute mic for snot sound, please. I think I will, Sarah. Thank you kindly, though. And who also asked for everyone to drop their Eurovision favourites in the chat. I was planning to watch Eurovision, but then I didn't. So that's all I have to say on the matter. Well done. Well done, Johnny. That was some really great patter. Also, I have to say, I should show you these. I haven't primed these yet, annoyingly, but Alex Simpkin sent me a very kind note and some 3D printed miniatures via the PO box. And it's only ever the entire band of Oxventurers, which is pretty rad. So, we've got Dob here, complete with lute and hammer, which is pretty great. We've got Prudence, complete with Frisky and the Darkness, and Crackling Eldritch Energy. Pretty rad. We've got Egbert, complete with Shield and Magical Mace and Dragon Head / Tail. We've got Corazon here, sporting quite an impressive beard, actually, with a cutlass and a spyglass. We've got Merylwen, naturally, with a bow, long flowing locks, little elf ears. But then we've got Rustan Zahaber, complete with his little cravat and his rapier and his luxurious cat-like tail. And then finally, wielding the hammer, we've got Hengist, who has the same hair as me. So frankly, I'm delighted with all of these. I have to do an Oxventure painting stream at some point, don't I? That's just common sense. I'll try and do it next week. Next week I'm doing a special thing that isn't a painting stream, which I'll give you more details on soon. But either way, those are great, and I'm a big fan. So, yeah. Let's see. Moriax42 says, I missed an inordinate amount of sad ballads in Eurovision. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Oh, I got a super chat from Soma Broof. It says, hey, Johnny, first 2 sessions of D&D with OXSC went well. The Outside Xbox Super Supporters Club, that's it. Lovely band of halflings plus a centaur and Gilderoy L. Really enjoyed DMing. World is good. Excellent. I'm very pleased. Long may that continue. I'm very glad it went well. And thank you for the super chat. Oh, dear. B Reynolds 376 says, I need to catch up on Oxventure. I can't remember where I left off. I mean, it's changed a bit more recently in that, we did a 10-episode arc, but generally speaking, the Oxventure was sort of designed to be something you could dip in and out of, and you could miss bits, and it wouldn't really change much. So if you wanted to just watch the Orb Apocalypse saga, I think that would be plenty, but who even knows? Right, so we're going to start laying... Oh, let's make sure I'm painting in view. That'll help. There we go. Let's start laying down some flesh tones on this dwarf. Just block in the colours, really. He's got a big, thick neck. He's got a mouth. Claire de Bear says, no werebear, Prudence. Yeah, sorry, Claire de Bear, but I suppose when you're making these files on Hero Forge or whatever, you've only got so much to play with, really. Will says Oxventure is a lot like guacamole in that way. How? How is it like that at all? How? That's very confusing. Oh, Alex Simpkin is in chat. Hello! Thank you again so much for the minis. I didn't spot that you were in chat, but I really, really appreciate them. They're lovely. Let's see. There's some more flesh there. I've thinned that down too much. There's too much water in my wet palette. Let's give that a dab. Oh, you can dip in and out and it's pretty much always good. Very good. Very good. I appreciate that. Also, it's green and made of avocados. I forgot about that bit, yeah. I'm exclusively paid in avocados for my services to the Oxventurers. That's the wrong paint. Don't put squig orange on that guy's flesh, Johnny. Oops. Done that thing where I've got headphones on, but I'm not listening to anything. Now we are. Okay. The Nice Switch says, I feel like I'd left it too late to ask what Oxventure is, so now I just pretend that I know it. Disclaimer, this is a funny joke that I'm doing. Yeah, please explain, what is Oxventure? Wrong answers only. That'll kill a few minutes, won't it? Okay, that's a gloved hand. That's a gloved hand. Yes. Alright, that's all of the flesh done. Nice and quick. Thomas Tomasi says, is Oxventure Blaze in the Dark still going? I kind of love it. It will return. I can confirm. It will definitely return. So watch this space. But I believe they've already said that. It's not like I'm exclusively revealing it or anything. Which would be a rogue decision. That might land me in trouble. Anyway, how was everybody's weekend? I hope you had a good one. Mine was fine. What did I do? What did I do? This is embarrassing. Let me check. Oh yeah, that was nice. Okay, so on Friday I played, after work I played a Blood Bowl friendly with a pal. That was nice. And then Saturday I ate delicious tacos with some amigos of mine. Then went for a drink with a pal. And then I played some Halo in the evening, because that's just what I do a lot with my evenings now. Yeah, it was nice. Will says I had a great weekend. Sam Street says, good thanks, did some archery. Neck of the Kitty says, I read so many books in the meh category. Oh, wait, on purpose, or were you hoping they'd be better? There are lots of things worse than a book that's just meh. For example, a book that is bad, but still you have my sympathies. Ooh, Alex B says it was nice and warm out on Saturday, so I decided to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once like a normal human being. I cannot wait to see that. I'm going to go watch it tomorrow, so no spoilers, please, in the chat. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. Oh, Aberrated said, great weekend thanks to the Kia Discord server. I posted there a few weeks ago prior to a very last minute first date, and it went very well. We spent all this weekend doing cute beach walks, etc. Yes, please. Glad that we could somehow facilitate that. That is tremendous news. Now, there's not a lot of orange on this guy. We'll just put some on the Endrin. That's what we'll do. Let's just do that. Make it an orange Endrin. They can't stop us. I shouldn't have primed this miniature in white. It's making it very hard for the camera to see what's going on. But the good news is the more I paint, the more you will be able to see what's going on. So it's kind of like an incentive for me to keep going. Okay, right. I need to work out what's going on with this bloody camera angle, don't I? Hold on. No, that's the wrong way. Cat from the Kong says, hey Johnny, sleepy greetings from Hong Kong. Hello, I hope you're well. Right, I'm going to move this over to about there. Okay. That's more bloody like it. That's how you see a dwarf. Good. Okie dokie. I tell you what, I walked the dog a fair amount on Saturday, but like not in the woods or anything, just sort of seeing friends just bimbling about from place to place. But we had a cracking walk in the woods today. Recently, like I've been able to hear woodpeckers just like really fucking up a tree, you know, just being like "Brrr," every now and then, which I will never not find fascinating. Did you know that a woodpecker's tongue is really long because when it's retracted, it curls round the back of its skull and forms a protective barrier around its brain, so that when it's pecking, it doesn't do itself serious harm. Fascinating. But today I saw a pair of woodpeckers flitting to and from a hole in a tree where they had some very noisy chicks being fed. It was glorious because, like, you hear woodpeckers a lot around where I live, but I've only ever seen them like once. And then today I was just able to watch them to my heart's content, just flitting back and forth between this tree and wherever they were getting food from. It was great. Rob J says, Licky Lick shock absorber. Sam Street says, yes, it's cursed. It's incredible. Pickled Dream says, were there any goblins in the woods? It depends whether you count Watson as a goblin, because she got a big stick and was growling at it a lot. But that's kind of just standard for her, so... She goes proper stick gremlin when she's in the woods. Squig orange! B Reynolds 376 says there was a woodpecker that got its way into the space above my room at my parents' old house while I was there. And how was that for you? Was it extremely noisy, or... Because I imagine, like, you know, they do a fair amount... They must have done a fair amount of pecking to make this hole. I tweeted a really poor quality video of it on my Twitter. But, like, it's still quite a large hole for these woodpeckers to get in and out of. So, like, I imagine they were pecking for ages, but now I guess they're sort of done with that bit, and they're just sort of feeding their kids. Unless they feed their kids by, like, being like, and placing a worm in their mouth, and they're just like, just like tamping it down. Oh, apparently it was very loud and annoying. Okay, alright, B Reynolds. I don't know why I was trying to excuse them before you even answered. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That does sound rubbish. Actually, when I was about 17, I guess, some swallows made a nest and had chicks, like above my bedroom window, like literally. So my window was there, and if you stuck your head out, there was a nest right there. Obviously, you can't move that because it's illegal. And at first, I was really annoyed because I could hear the chicks going like peep 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 all the time. But then at night time, when they'd all like bed down and sleep, it was so lovely because A, it would be quiet, but then B, occasionally you'd hear like one of them to be like, ugh. You'd hear like a little bird kind of stir and be like, like do the bird equivalent of being like, and going for a glass of water. It was great. Really liked it. So you know what? They were all right. And then that summer, Italy won the World Cup, and I was happy. Which bit's going to be cream? That bit there. Make this bit orange? Yeah, I'll make this bit orange, why not? And then we'll make the top fin cream. Lovely. Silver's done a super chat saying, that's for Fridays where my tits go sideways. Johnny Chiodini. Brackets, I'm rewatching your old unpacking streams and that one still cracks me up. Yeah, that was a small inspired piece of chaos, wasn't it? I really loved unpacking. And it's amazing how many times people will comment being like, I can't believe you don't know what this dish soap looks like, or I can't believe you don't know what a shoe rack is. Like, it seems like such a mundane game, but then of course because it's about just objects and the things that people keep in their lives, Everyone has an opinion on it. It's magical. I really love it. And Megan M has done a super sticker. The super sticker is of right. Imagine if you took a lemon and a lime and then turned them into people, but you made sure the lime was a child. That's about what we're looking at here, because they both got legs, they've got faces and arms, and one of them, the lemon's wearing sunglasses and it has a chair, whereas the lime child is just laying down on a blanket. But it seems like they are just like chilling out, but also like they're happy to see us, because what they keep doing is waving. But the lemon starts off with its arms folded and then kind of raises its sunglass and is like, oh yeah. So yeah, citrus fruits, they're just having a good time. As I suppose they would be, like summer, it's a good time for citrus fruits, Everyone's enjoying them. Conditions are right for growing them, probably. You know? Just a bloody great time to be a citrus fruit, I imagine. Missed a bit. Steve Gillies says, I live with some magpie chicks outside my window in halls. They're incredibly noisy, but they don't use their wings and just hop around the floor. It was pretty adorable. That's lovely. Yeah, magpies are noisy. They sound like toy machine guns a lot of the time. Badly Wrong Leg says, a good time for citrus fruits, but I disagree about it being a good time to be one. Okay, fair enough, because you're more likely to get cut up and squoze into a glass. Understood, yeah. I don't know, like, maybe they're proud. Proud to be sacrificed so that somebody can enjoy a nice gin and tonic. Well, I haven't had a gin and tonic in ages. What's your favourite citrus fruit, chat? I probably prefer limes to lemons. But then there are so many others. Like, who doesn't like a pomelo? I can't have grapefruit because it makes my medication start working. So not grapefruit. Nick Jeffries done a super chat saying, hi Johnny, please grant me forgiveness. I succumbed to temptation recently. I bought Horizon Forbidden West before completing the Outer Worlds. Why do I suddenly feel like the Catholic Church selling indulgences? Probably because you're giving me money and asking me to forgive you. So in the spirit of that, I forgive you, Nick. I hope you enjoy Horizon Forbidden West very much, whether or not you complete the Outer Worlds at all, frankly. Just have a great time. And B Reynolds 376 has done a super chat, saying, I got commissioned to make some dice for the first time, giving a bit back to the stream that got me to decide to start making them. That's amazing. That's very cool. I hope they come out brilliantly and that your client is very, very happy. I've not given making dice a go, to be honest with you, but it does look very satisfying. I've seen there are some absolutely amazing dice makers out there, and the stuff they make is so impressive. So, Tegan Evans, says, for drinks, lemons, to eat clementines. Oh yeah, or clementines. Clementines are amazing. I do like them a lot. B Reynolds 376 says, lemons generally. How mysterious. Claire de Bear says key lime pie. Oh, Megan M says key lime pie, that counts, right? Interesting. Interesting. John Freeman says, just don't declare your front door an arch of plenary indulgence. Yeah, I'm going to try and avoid doing that if I can. Obviously, sometimes these things just happen, but yeah, I'll do my best. Thank you for the heads up on that one. That's pretty solid advice, actually. Yeah, I'll make a point. Right, he's put some. There's some very small leather details. Most of this miniature, I won't lie to you, is cream, which works perfectly in my opinion. Right, so. Oh, not cream. Wow, I just picked up the cream for no reason. Dryad bark. Here we go. Tactics Gaming says, hello from Niagara Falls, Canada. Johnny, what is your favourite open world game of all time? Gosh. Fallout New Vegas is definitely up there. I did enjoy Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but I'm no longer playing Ubisoft games, so let's rule that one out. It probably is New Vegas, you know, because the thing is, when I was a long time ago working for ITN, not IGN, but ITN, making gaming video under the banner Game On, I was freelance, and I was freelancing there 5 days a week. It was a pretty sweet gig. But it turns out, legally, in the UK, if you freelance for more than 11 consecutive months without having a month away from that place, they have to give you a contract and make you a permanent employee. I'd been working there for 3 years, and they realised that they'd never rested me, and they panicked. Legally, I think I could have sued them, but legally, what they should have done is given me a contract. But instead, what they did was they panicked and they said, after this week, we're not giving you any shifts for a month. Please don't come back, and we'll see you after that. Okay, you're taking a month off. And I was like, all right, but you know that I've never freelanced anywhere else since I started this. I can't just go pick up other shifts doing this somewhere else. And they were like, we'll see you in a month. So that was frustrating, but I did manage to pick I did manage to pick up a couple of shifts, but generally speaking, I was screwed. So what I did was I knew that I'd already paid my rent for the month, so I knew it was going to be okay. But I made a budget. I tightened my belt, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to do a big shop with what little money I have, and make sure I've got enough to live off in the house until the end of the month, and then I'll go back to work. I started looking for other jobs in the period as well. But anyway, what I did was I went home and I played Fallout New Vegas for about 8 hours a day for a month. I've just played it from the moment I woke up until I decided to go to sleep, pretty much. And it got me through. It kept me occupied. I bloody loved the game. I almost broke it. I played so much of it that both big factions were like, if you do one more job for them, we're going to kill you, which is quite funny. Yeah, so I just played Fallout New Vegas for a whole month. That's probably why it's my favourite open world game, even if it's born out of a very silly period. You know what? It never even occurred to me that I could threaten them with legal action. Because I was 20 at the time, 21 maybe. I was young and foolish. Anyway, Pickled Dreams done a super chat saying, hi Johnny, last week I not only finished 3 bits of coursework, but also came to the realisation that I am asexual. It has been a rather interesting week. I'll say so, but congratulations. Firstly, for smashing 3 bits of coursework out of the way, but secondly, coming to that realisation and coming out about it. That's wonderful. Congratulations. And I hope that you find support and love in the community, and that you just feel really euphoric about the whole thing. That's tremendous. Congratulations. Septimus 1026 has genuine question: could the LSPs be considered a religion or just a cult? Neither. We haven't applied for religious status, and it would be inappropriate for me to do so. And also, we don't make jokes about cults on this channel. We sort of came up against that before and decided let's never do that again. So neither. Okie dokie. So... Oh, balls. I didn't do the glove. Hang on. Gloves. There's a bit of glove there. Bit of glove there. Septimus says, I apologise, I must have missed that segment. Do not worry in the slightest. A, it was a long time ago, and B, like, you know, you weren't asking maliciously. As Claire de Bear says, we're a community, and that'll do, even if it doesn't give us exemption from taxes. But, you know, swinging this as a religion would be difficult. What's that bit in there, then? Oh, that bit's bloody well flesh, isn't it? Oofed. You complicated little model. Okay. Steve Gilly says, is Union boss. Metal Magpie says we're a special interest group. Brackets, the special interest is cannibalism. No comment. No comment. Anyway, what's everyone playing at the minute? I feel like I'm not really playing very much apart from just dropping into Halo to play with my pals when they're free. And I should probably fix that. Like, I was really planning to play Ghostwire Tokyo, and I was really excited about it, but it feels like that game has just dropped off the face of the earth. Like it's vanished without trace. It's very, very odd. Because it reviewed pretty well, I thought. Sec. Just need to change the music. There we go. Will's been working through the Hitman escalations. Sean Carr's been playing a lot of Deep Rock Galactic with the wife. Sarah Lynch says Lego Star Wars is very fun. Emma Benton's playing through Darksiders 2. It is a great time. Jack Wood's playing Deathloop. Says, I like it, but it's annoying. It is, like, it is good fun, but there were some times where I was like, meh. Jules Winkler says, I'm currently playing Witchwood. Would definitely recommend. Chaos would heartily recommend Chaos Gate Demon Hunters if you like XCOM and 40k. I think I'm probably going to play that this winter. Feels like a good winter game. Just like, get a warm drink and just like, just sort of, you know, have a nice cozy fight against some horrible things. Mark Cohen says, just finished Control, but you may have heard of it, I think. Yeah, I have heard of that. Hermit Prime says, I got my first Souls game and just beat Godric. Lovely. Congratulations. I need to get back on Elden Ring at some point. Lisa Hunt said, I loved Ghostwire Tokyo, despite its sometimes frustrating boss fights. Right now, replaying Fallout 4 with Sim Settlements 2, Chapter 2. Okay, right. So it is good. I still might give it a go. We'll find out. Calahification has done a super chat saying, found you through the Ox Venture, which I absolutely loved. Absolutely love. Are you planning more campaigns, or will you focus mostly on individual episodes? The Ox Venture, we're definitely gonna repeat the sort of season arc thing. I'm fairly sure. Take that with a pinch of salt, because plans may change. But I'm pretty certain that yes, we're gonna keep making more sort of interconnected adventures. Because the one-off episodes are fun, but sometimes it just feels like we're treading water with the story, rather than like really forging ahead and making good stuff, or like great stuff rather. So yeah, we just have a bit more freedom when we can do linked episodes. So that, as far as I am aware, is the plan. The plan for this model right now is to paint plenty of cream onto it, and then just keep painting it basically. Emma Benton says, "Oh, I also played the Bug Snacks DLC over the weekend. Great fun. I hope there's a second one because they're laying on a lot of Secret Society based lore. Uh, there's basically there's too much of it not to make another one. Secret Society stuff. I do regret not getting on with Bug Snacks, but as some of you will have seen, I tried to stream it, and 15 minutes later, I just had to stop because it was making me feel really uncomfortable, and I was like, this ain't my jam. This ain't my cup of tea. So I'm glad you enjoyed the DLC, and I'm sure people would love a second Bug Snacks. It was just like, yeah, it was just, made my skin crawl. It's very weird. See, the more observant among you have realised that yes, we are thoroughly into the pale sand zone, and shall be there for some time. Because goodness me, there's a lot of cream that needs to go on this here model. Chaos says my son is loving Donut County. It's so good. I love it so much. I wish I could. It's one of those games I wish I could forget I played so I could experience it for the first time, because I love playing it every single time, but also I just zip through the levels now. There's no like, oh, I wonder if I do this. It's just like, oh yeah, I need to do this now. There are some other games that I wish I could play for the first time, like probably Skyrim, like because I loved Skyrim when I first played it. I put in so much time, but trying to go back and replay it, I'm like, nah, I'm just not. I don't think I have the patience. Whereas playing it through for the first time and being like, oh yeah, okay, this is great, then, because it was my first Elder Scrolls game, I'd love that, but alas, unless I get a very specific kind of concussion, I don't think that's going to happen. Oofed. Samorio Suni says Bug Snacks is a psychological horror game with a CBeebies texture pack. Hard to disagree with that, to be perfectly honest with you. Does anyone remember Silicon Valley from the N64? While we're on this sort of thing, it was a game where you were a little computer chip that would take damage if it was ever just like out and running around and exposed to the elements. But if it found a dead animal, it could like jump into their brain and possess it, and then you could use that animal to go kill other animals and basically just take over the entire map, because you needed certain animals' abilities to go access different areas. Like, for example, there was a polar bear, and the polar bear could shit out a landmine. It had tank tracks as well, I think. But it could also fire explosive balls out of its nose. It was supremely weird, but very, very fun. I played it a lot as a kid, but I got quite stuck towards the later levels. Oh, I've messed up the painting ever so slightly there, but I'll tidy that up in a bit. Corian Malone says Space Station Silicon Valley. That's the one. It was, yeah. HC Bird says it sounds like a fever dream. It played like a fever dream, but it was very good. Claire de Bear asks if we're going to play more Speciality Pie game. Yeah, we'll get round to it, I'm sure. There's some stuff I want to play first. But yeah, I'd be happy to revisit that one. I don't like to play the same game twice in a row when I'm doing game streams. But yeah. Oh, Paul Harris is on a super chat saying, finally told family I'm non-binary this weekend. Thank you to the whole community for helping me find the courage. Congratulations, Paul. That's amazing. I hope they were supportive and that it was, on the whole, yeah, a really, really good experience for you. I've been there and it's scary, but yeah, with any luck, they were just understanding and loving. Either way, I'm very, very glad that the community helped you out. Silent Cobb says, was this the origin of the nested doll game? You mean stacking? Bloody loved stacking. What a game. Did I stream that once, or did I... I think I made somebody play it on Eurogamer for Late to the Party. I don't think I streamed it on this channel. I might have. I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember. They were all very supportive, very happy. Oh, I'm so glad, Paul. That's wonderful. Oh, I didn't. I did a Late to the Party on stacking at Eurogamer with Bendix. There we go. That was it. Oofed. I forgot how much pale sand goes on this. It's fine. I think once we're done with this, I'm going to paint something a little bit more slapdash. Because today I am finding that very careful basing required for this a little tricky. But it'll be worth it when this guy's got a name and is back on the pitch. Well, on the pitch for the first time, I suppose. It was really exciting playing over the weekend because I was playing against a guy who actually I'd never met before, but is part of the Hot Bobs League. And he was like, well, we decided to have a friendly A so we could meet for the first time, but B, so he could get more comfortable with the rules. And, you know, it was kind of like we'll see if you're ready for league play. And oh my goodness, is he ever ready for league play? He was playing brilliantly, and it was such a delight to just meet someone and be like, oh, I feel really comfortable around you. That's good. Now let's play Blood Bowl. Oh, you're really good at this and we're having a nice time. It was, yum, num, 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 num. It was great. Right. Talking of slapdash, there are some more exposed areas here, so we can just whack some cream down there rather than having to really treat it with kid gloves, so that's good. Rob J says, if you're going to slap down lots of the same paint, it may as well be your favourite shade. This is true. At least it's lovely, lovely pale sand. Whoops. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Defect says, food cooked, time to eat. Enjoy. Hope you have a great time with it. I am going through a period at the minute where I'm finding it very, very hard to cook for myself. It's really annoying me because I love cooking and it chills me right out, but I think I'm just quite stressed and tired at the moment, so it's just not happening. I'm going to try and make a bolognese for dinner tonight and just see what happens. I mean, see what happens. I'll either make it or I won't. It's not like I'm going to see what happens. Oh, no, I've accidentally cooked a French textbook or something, but you know what I mean. Okay. It's a little messy, but we're getting there. We can just go back in with a smaller brush and tidy it up. Squidzilla Inc. Squidzilla Inc. It was a capital I. It was difficult. Squidzilla Inc. says, "Hello there." Hello, General Kenobi. I hope you're well. I'm sorry I butchered your username briefly there. But in my defence, it was a capital I. Okay. Right. Glove gubbins. That'll do. Whoops. Oh well. Oh. Hayden Folks says your Kenobi sounds like Terry Wogan. Hello there. That's not Terry Wogan. This is Terry Wogan. Are you trying to bait me into doing Terry Wogan impressions, Aiden? Because it's worked already. Anakin, don't try it. I've got the high ground. You were supposed to be the chosen one. God, whole big mess that, wasn't it? The old Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi thing. Terrible, terrible the way that went. Painting the underside of shoulder pads. Why do we do it? I'll be honest with you, ordinarily, if I'm painting a model and I don't think someone's going to see a bit of it, I will oftentimes just say, I'm not going to paint that, and just cut myself some slack. But because in Blood Bowl, when a character gets knocked over, you literally lay them down flat, either that way or that way. You do spend a lot of time looking at odd angles of these miniatures and appreciating all of the bits that you missed. So it's quite annoying, actually. Okay, and then the legs. What? Steve Gilly says Wogan famously set fire to colleagues' scripts while they were reading them, so he'd definitely be A-OK leaving Anakin on Mustafar. I did not know that. Terry Wogan, you scamp. Oh, good God, I might be out of pale sand. This bottle, anyway. I've got another. PJ Buck has done a super chat saying, "Hi Johnny, in DC for a concert, so it's to VOD Squad with me, but I wanted to drop some appreciation for all you do." And then a purple, black, white, and yellow series of heart emojis for the non-binary flag, and then Marvelous Monday brackets BNB do crime. PJ, they them. What a marvelous super chat, PJ. Thank you so much. My God, it's happened, everybody. This bottle of pale sand is empty. Thank you for your service, friend. Next, but PJ, that is a lovely, lovely super chat. Thank you very, very much. I hope the concert's amazing, and that you have a great time with it. fresh one from the cellar. Okay. Can't believe you're all typing F for the pale sand. I've got another one. There's plenty more pale sand where that came from. Mark Cohen says that was a worrying couple of seconds. Oh no. There's no chance I'm going to let myself run out of pale sand without having some more backed up. Corvus Albright's on the super chat saying, General Kenobi haiku for General Kenobi haiku time. Lovely old mentor. A quick hello there for you. Next, dismemberment. Solid. That's got layers to it. So it does, Corvus. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, so much dismemberment. The thing is, right, if he had just gone, and now I'll cut off your head as well because it's too dangerous to have you live, a lot of angst could have been saved, couldn't it, General Kenobi? But no, you had to toddle off Mustafar. And I know that, spoilers, Darth Vader comes good in the end, but oof, he does a lot of bad things along the way, you know? PJ Buck has done a super chat saying, second super chat to commemorate fresh pale sand. Seeing Orville Peck should be a gay old time. Oh, that sounds brilliant. Have a lovely time. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Yeah, I hope you have a right old evening. Paint this. Little knee pad. This miniature's coming on a lot faster than I thought it was going to, which is handy. It needs to tidy up some bits of orange that I've painted over. But in any case, I need to layer up the orange ever so slightly. And then I need to paint the beard. And I'll shade this little sod. Yeah, we're getting there. So we are. Good times. Had by all. Oof. Anonymous says, where do Star Wars crime lords go to eat? Pizza Hut. That's, yep. And Nighttime Uses has done a super chat saying, hi Johnny, just want to say thank you for inspiring me to feel comfortable with my non-binary self and for inspiring me to start a gaming blog for casual gamers. You are amazing, with a heart emoji. No, you're amazing from the sounds of things, Nighttime Uses. Congratulations on the blog. And I'm very glad that I could be of some help. Like, that's really lovely. But, you know, you're the one who's made this blog happen. And I hope you have a really good time with it. That's really, really lovely. Thank you. Okay, there's that bit done. Alright, here we go. Corio Malayam says, one day we must challenge Johnny to paint without using pale sand. Challenge accepted, Corio Malayam. Not right now, obviously, because I am using it, but yeah, I can come up with a colour scheme for something and not use pale sand. For example, I actually have, because they were going really cheap on eBay, a second edition metal dwarf Blood Bowl team, which I picked up solely because they looked great and they were cheap. And they're just really fun. Like, you know, here they are. Fighty dwarves. This one's... oh, no, not this one. But one of them's got his beard tied behind his back, even. I'm happy to paint these up without using a drop of pale sand. Challenge accepted. West Coast Weaver says purple and green. I don't want to paint it purple and green, though. I don't like that colour combination, I'm sorry to say. Thanks to everyone who's quoting me saying I can stop using pale sand anytime I want to. I can. I can, in fairness. It's just that I don't want to. Alright, let's tidy up some of this orange paint. So we got a bit untidy with the pale sand. Andrew Rogers has done a super chat saying, should dig out my old Chaos Blood Bowl team. Enjoy the painting streams as my arthritis means trying to paint miniatures is not an option anymore. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. I've thought about this a surprising amount, actually, because, like, I found the hobby, like, only about 5 years ago. And, I realise that there will come a point where I can't really paint miniatures anymore, and I worry that I'm going to miss it. So, for the time being, I'm very glad to give you some sort of vicarious enjoyment through it. I'm sorry to hear that, it's not really an option for you anymore. But I hope you do dig out your team, and that you have a nice time with them. Chaos has just sort of been given a revamp in Blood Bowl. So it's a good time to have them. Because, honestly, second season Blood Bowl, I think that's what they're calling this this particular edition, is great. Like, it's just lovely. So, yeah, treat yourself. Dig them out. Oh, no, I've overpainted on the pale sand now. I'm going to have to go back and fix that. Okay. All right. Good Luck or a Quick Death has dropped a super chat saying nothing. Thank you very much, Good Luck or a Quick Death. I really appreciate your support as ever. It's very, very kind. Okay. Need to paint the beard, obviously. Need to tidy up that a little bit. Need to layer up some of the orange. Not all of it, but some of it. Alright, we're getting there. Now, what colour shall your beard be? Grey. Grey? How many other grey beards do I have? I want to keep a good balance of beard colours, you know? Dark grey, brown, black, dark grey, helmet. Or maybe brown is the answer. Let's do brown. Gogat94 has done a super chat saying Obi-Wan has cut off many limbs in his time. Darth Maul's legs, yes. Savage oppresses arm, didn't know about that. Grievous's hands, many of Anakin's limbs, and who knows how many more in bar fights, 1 of 2. I'll wait for the other half of this super chat. God, I haven't even thought about that. Emma Benson says, why do you have an NFL box? I don't, Emma. It's an HBL box. It's the Hot Bobs League. We've got our own stickers. We also have these ones, which are modelled on the NHL, which definitely isn't football, but they're fun anyway. Cooking Out 94's, there we go, done another super chat saying he was a real menace. Now Obi-Wan dead and existing as a ghost of the Force, one might even call him a phantom menace. I didn't see that coming. I don't feel like that's like Scandinavian levels of me walking into something, but it's close. Interesting. Interesting. CookieCat94 quite rightly says, I'm not sorry. Yeah, there you go. Right. Brown. Artemis Bale has done a super chat saying, good news, first weeks as a librarian have been excellent. Bad news, finally got the plague, and I'm out of work until next week. Good news, can actually be home to watch and paint along. Hope you're well. I'm alright, Artemis. I'm very sorry to hear you caught the plague. I hope it treats you as kindly as it can. Do not overexert yourself. Even if you feel like you're mostly back to normal, don't overdo it. It's like rest is so important at this point. I'm sorry that you're away from work, especially given it's been excellent recently, but I hope you can find some time to just sort of relax and take care of yourself, and that painting along today treats you very well. I'm just painting the mohawk on this troll slayer. Happy Bob says, Johnny, making sure I get your pronouns right has helped immensely with making sure I do the same for my child now that they want to go by they, them. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm very glad that you're being a supportive parent, not that you would be anything but. Yeah, all the same, it's really lovely to hear stuff like that. And yeah, it's funny how important practice can be. Like I've practiced a few times by purposefully trying to have a conversation about a friend, you know, with them not there, just talking about them generally, like, you know, like how I met them and what I like about them and memories I have of them, etc., etc. And just sort of just doing a little bit of practice helps immeasurably in terms of just getting it right as a reflex. Right, beard, paint. Paint the beard. Okay. Will says, yeah, there we go. There it is. Saw that one coming, in fairness. Will said, you know how Ben is short for Obi-Wan, R2 is short for R2-D2, and Chewie is short for Chewbacca? Do you know what Yoda's short for? He's got little legs. Yep. Yep. Saw that one coming. Scan that, Navy, and Will. Quite rightly being booed. Okay. It's quite a reddish brown, this, which is actually working quite well with the orange in the colour scheme. A lot of people paint all of their dwarves with having like really fiery ginger beards. It's just like, it's not something I'm that keen on, to be honest with you. So I've never bothered doing it. Rob J has come out swinging, saying, unpopular opinion, Yoda was a sanctimonious tool who was the cause of some many issues in the galaxy. Have that, Yoda. You short little bastard. Oops. Oh, crap. I did always, when I was a kid watching The Empire Strikes Back, I was always like, this isn't, like, this is bad, the way he's doing this when he was teaching Luke. It's just like, you're just being nasty to him. So Morio Suni has done a super chat saying, Grease Lightning, more like John Travoltage, considering not adding this one to my stand-up. I don't know, that got a sensible chuckle out of me. I like it. You can finesse that into a setup punchline joke. How's Grease Lightning measured? And John Travoltage. There you go. We've got I mean, I'm sure chat could do a better job. We've got previous form in making jokes on this channel. I can't for the life of me remember what the joke was that we workshopped together the last time, but it came up pretty well. Oh no, I remember. It was why did the German zookeeper take it? No. Was it just why did the German person take their car to the vet? Yeah, because their windscreen wipers weren't working. Or they might have been a zookeeper. You know what? I didn't tell it very well. Christ. I think that's cute. How do you measure Grease Lightning in John Travoltage? Yeah. CookieCat94 says, where's it gone? In theory, Yoda was trying to test Luke's patience. In reality, Yoda was being a real dick. Made a cute backpack, though, didn't he? But also, right, you know when he's like, don't go in that cave, and Luke goes into the cave and has a really important vision, which shows him the path he could be on. Why is Yoda telling him no? That's a really instructive cave. Just saying. I'm not here to hate on Yoda, but I do have questions. I mean, like, I know he's like 500 years old or whatever at that point, but come on, mate. Acting like a bit of a dick. Marissa J says a lot of the Jedi are real dicks. There you go. Okay. We're nearly there. We need to layer up the skin. We've got three little bits in the... Oh, missing an entire bit of beard. 3 little bits of beard to paint. 4 little bits of beard to paint cream, because they're like bangles or whatever. And then we've got to layer up that orange, and then it's shade it time. The science boy says going into the cave made him leave training too soon and then got his arm cut off. Okay, yeah, maybe. Yeah. I can see the wisdom in that. Got a new robot hand though, so it's not like a massive problem. Anyway, like, according to Obi-Wan, the Jedi are really fond of just lopping people's limbs off, you know? They bloody love a bit of that. But anyway, which faction in Star Wars has the best ass? Oh, I got myself with that one, didn't I? Right, layer up the skin. Of course the Jedi like cutting people's arms off, they don't like attachment. Very good, Will. Okay, we've had two different people come out saying that Wookiees have got the best ass in all of Star Wars. Sean Carr says Gungans have got the gunk in the trunk. Wow. Wow. Silver says, are you sure you want to start on that, Johnny? The genie's out the bottle now. Someone said all of the clone troopers. They're the most consistent in the galaxy, but they're not necessarily the best. And consistency is important, but... Nathaniel Levy says Mandalorians. Please, why? Citations needed, please. I think we can all agree the Hutts don't really have butts to speak of, so they're disqualified. Abadosian Chulak 2 says the droids, their asses are literally sculpted. They're not there, though. They barely have them at all. Black Shield Forge has done a super chat saying, greetings, Johnny and lovely Shield Wall pals. Hello, it's nice to see you. And Lightning Wing Dragon has done a super chat saying, Oxventure question. Are we ever going to get our Necropolis painting adventure side quest? Good question. Don't know. No idea right now. Oh, they're absolutely flying in. Semantic Poetry has done a super chat saying, it can definitely be argued that the Jedi firmly support disarmament. Very good. Christopher Needham says, like, the Mandalorians are the only species whose culture you can see involving regular squats and butt-building exercise. Okay, that's fair. Hermit Prime says, imagine how much training Mandos need for a landing with one of those jetpacks. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, alright. Mark Cohen says Jawas do literally have the most junk in the trunk. Superb. Very pleased with that. Well done. Okay, let's layer up some orange, shall we? King Wazza says, I'm going to say this, but droidicas have a one-of-a-kind butts, so I'll back them in this argument. Interesting. Christopher Needham says, change my mind again. Wampers. Wampers miss leg day. They're all arms. You know? Sam Street says, the guy with the TV on his head in Bespin. You just get a good ass vibe. Lucy's in chat, says, hi Johnny, hi everyone. Hi Lucy. Hugh says, are we hypothesizing that Jawas wear their robes as a way to hide their shapely behinds? We literally cannot discount it, can we? We have to entertain it as an idea. Okay, Here we go then. So I've just mixed in some of the squig orange we used to base this miniature with some Troll Slayer orange, which is like a much brighter orange. Hopefully you can see the contrast there. We're going to build this up further, but before we shade, we're going to lay down a bit of this, avoiding sort of the edges of all the panels and stuff, in order to build up a sense of depth. There we go. Addy, are you okay? He says, hey all, how is everyone? Doing alright, thanks Addy. It's been a relatively tranquil stream so far. I'd like to think. We're sort of just painting a dwarf. We have talked a bit about butts. We're kind of talking about Star Wars butts now, just for the sake of, you know, thoroughness. Eddie OK says, looks like I walked in on butt talk. Yep, you didn't really need me to point that out, did you? Welcome. Who has the best ass in all Star Wars is the current topic of conversation. A lot of people arguing for the Mandalorian, which I can see. I like it. It's a well-supported theory, so I'm happy with that for now. Oh, Cookie Cat 94 says Mando is good, but have you not seen Lando? Okay, in fairness, yeah, Lando's got a booty. Maybe that's what the cape is for. Because otherwise it's all people would talk about. It'd be like, I'm here to do business. And they're like, yeah, but can we just stop for a minute and talk about... It's like, yes, I know, my butt. It's not as easy, is it? When you've got a whole galaxy to consider. It's not like who goes up more stairs in Middle-earth. Difficult. This is why I think some people consider sci-fi to be a superior genre, you know? I think they're both very valid, but it does make you think. It does make you think. EJ says the Imperial spy I'm currently playing in Star Wars The Old Republic has the best butt, to be honest. Gosh, that's a strong claim. The best butt in all the galaxy. Will says, got that gonk in the trunk. Very good. Silva says, are you really going to get me into Star Wars as well, just so I can properly judge who has the best ass? I mean, it's starting to look that way, isn't it, Silva? You do what you want, but I'm just saying, like, if you want to make up your own mind, there's an easy way to do this. Some guy sitting down says Ahsoka Tano for me. Ahsoka Tano. Huh? Whoop whoop. What? Oh dear. Oh no. We're not even 2 hours in. I'll tell you what we are though. Just about ready to shade this sucker. What is wrong with me today? I can't talk. Right. Great news, everyone. It's brand new Pale Sand time. That felt good. Got some brand new Pale Sand coming up. Rob J says Anakin was a total ass in episode 2. Does that count? I'd say yes. Ooh, yeah. Emma Benton says, I love Ahsoka, but I feel compelled to point out she spends a large portion of the Clone Wars as a minor, so maybe let's not talk about her butt. Yes. Yeah, that's a very good point. Right. You are. Yikes. So anyway, I'm painting a dwarf. Nordfjord says, well, this was certainly a time to drop into this stream. Yep. Corvus Albright has done a super chat reading Star Wars Tushy Haiku for Star Wars Tushy Haiku time. Your choice of space butts. Like Highlander, only one. Han Solo, of course. Of course, Han Solo's butt. That's got to be up there, right? You'd have to think. Thank you very much for the insight and the inspired haiku and for the super chat there, Corvus. As ever, you have brought much to the discussion. Silver says, this is why I've never got round to watching Star Wars, to be honest. Right, yeah, well, there we go. We briefly had you tempted. Briefly. Okie dokie, let's shade this sucker now. Okay. Mrs. On for the win says, I just want to say Kit Fisto again. Okay, that's enough of that conversation, I think. Now, let's see. Goodness me. I can't talk today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm really just spoonerisms all over the shop. That's Agrax Earth Shade, isn't it? Okay, so here's how this goes. We need Agrax Earth Shade. I have very little Agrax Earth Shade left. Oh, I've got a small pot of it somewhere, actually. Just there, in fact. So we go Agrax on everything that isn't cream, and then Seraphim Sepia on everything that is cream. Here we go. Will types all in caps. A reminder that in Solo there is a canonical shower scene with Han Solo and Chewbacca. Yeah, forgot about that. Raunchy. Two of the top tier butts in the galaxy having a little shower together. Oh, that's where some of these things have gone. Okay, where has my shade brush gone though? Uh-oh, my favourite shade brush. Where's it gone? Shit. Oh well, okay. We'll use something else, I guess. Use this cheeky chappy. Hello, Watson. Hi. Hi. You gonna get in your bed? Yeah, you are. What? Hi. Have a paw. You gonna lie down? Lie down. Lie down. Oh. You okay? Good girl. If I ignore her, she'll lie down. That'll be fine. Okay. And there we go. Okay, right. Mm-hmm. Cute. Yeah, sorry she's out of focus, but autofocus is turned off on this camera so that it's not constantly going when I'm painting. Michaela Hawkins says, I took today off because I wasn't feeling well, fell asleep and woke up to Star Wars butt chat. Oh God, I don't think your welcome is necessarily the right thing to say there. Sorry, probably is the right thing. Any road. B. Reynolds says, just poured some dice. Not sure if they're going to turn out how I wanted, but we will see. Interesting. So, here's a thing, / minor, maybe confession? I don't know. I bought a 3D printer. So that's a thing I own now. Which is very exciting. It arrived today. I'm going to set it up over the next couple of days. I think there's room for it on the table just over my shoulder, which is very useful. And I'm very excited because it means that I can start printing off nameplates for all of my Blood Bowl players and for all of my chums in the league, but also just all sorts of other stuff. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play around with. So yeah, that'll be a giggle. Anyway, right now we're just slapping on Seraphim Sepia. It's the shade that makes it look like you've had a wee on your models. But for the Barracks Skylad Corsairs, it's kind of perfect. So there we go. Several of you are just saying, Johnny. I know. Brian Shona says, filament or resin? It's resin. Which I'm excited about. I asked my friend and he was like, this is the one you want. And I clicked the link and I was like, oh, this is going to be so expensive. And it was less than I thought it was going to be. So I thought, okay, this is tax deductible. Let's take a punt. So it should be fun. The nice switch says, 3D printed haunts. I will 3D print a haunts. I promise. Nick Jeffries says, how do Jedi open PDFs? Adobe One Kenobi. Very good. Very good, I like it. Can't fault that one. Will says, resin printer actually pretty fancy. Yeah, it's like, I think it's quite a nice one, but like, I'm still worried I'm going to mess it up, but I think it's relatively foolproof, they said. Getting ready to absolutely screw it. 7 ways from Sunday. But yeah, it should be fun. Maybe print some turnip bits. Definitely print some Blood Bowl stuff. Maybe get into sculpting. I'll be terrible at it, but it'd be quite funny. Just Another Broke Nerd says, have the miniature companies started selling 3D printer files for models? Some. Some of them have, but not all of them. Like, obviously Games Workshop is not leading the charge on that one. But yeah, should be interesting. Jack Wood says, the beekeepers? Yes. Manuel Riveros says, sculpting stream? I mean, I'll see. I'll see about that. The Nice Witch says, 3D printer, wish for more wishes. I mean, be like that bit in Primer? Is it Primer? Where the guy goes, he takes the time machine back in time with himself? Can't remember. Will says 3D print a big dog. Nice, which says 3D print a small dog. Yep. I'll definitely 3D print some stuff. That other Canadian says, I got banned from my local Games Workshop for replacing the heads on my Imperial Guards with 3D printed Death Corps heads. Banned? You got banned? Fonzie the Capybara says, a non-zero amount of your resin will be used to print butts. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Will says, it will be like that bit in Primer. It won't make any sense and will require 3 to 4 watches. I see you've seen Primer also. Yasmin W says, right, I've procrastinated too long. Off to revise. Take care, Yasmin. I hope it goes well. That other Canadian says, yeah, I'm not allowed to play games at their store anymore. Bloody hell. I mean, okay. It's just a bit like... I can imagine them being like, you know, I can understand them being like, please don't bring those. But to ban you outright is, that seems gung-ho, I will say. Make the dwarf look really grimy. Paint the dwarf after this so it's less grimy. Ba-ba-ba-bow. Alright, that's that shaded. Ta-da! Chemistry Krang says Games Workshop sounded a bit like Blockbuster deciding not to buy Netflix because there's no feature in it. Did Blockbuster? Did Blockbuster refuse to buy Netflix? Well, not refuse, decline to buy Netflix. Is that a thing that nearly happened? That's impressive. Titany Rainer says the bulges on the big ball look like decoy eyes, like the ones the basilisks in Dark Souls have. Oh god, I hated those things so much. Right, this needs a few minutes to dry, so maybe we should take a little break. I'm going to take a 5 to 7 minute break, everybody. I'd like that, so let's do it. You know the drill by now. 5-7 minutes. Are you thirsty? Are you warm enough? Are you too warm? Are you comfortable? Is there anything you can do over the next few minutes that will enhance your enjoyment of the rest of this stream? If there is, you've got time to go do it. If you're not in need of any of those things, fear not. There'll be some smooth jazz and a picture of this good duck. Yeah, 5-7. Hang on, let me reset the camera angle for when we're back. Okay, that'll be fine. Yeah, so 5-7 minutes. We'll be back, and we'll carry on painting this dwarf. So yeah, have fun. Catch you then, and be right back. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to this stream on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. We are painting this Dwarf Troll Slayer, which I kit bashed from Character and Overlord's Endrin Rigger and a Blood Bowl Dwarf. And yeah, we just had to wait for the shade to dry a little bit, and it's done so. Excuse me for belching then. So now we can just get on to sort of highlighting all of this cream, layering up the orange and the skin tone, and then we'll move on to sort of basing him, and he'll be done. I see while I was away that Will started doing a bit about being arrested for enjoying a succulent Chinese meal. It is an excellent old clip of video. But for those of you confused, just Google succulent Chinese meal. It's a thing. There was a prolific guy, a guy who was like the most notorious dine and dasher in his local area, and he got recognised in a restaurant once, and he got arrested, and he made a big fuss outside to address the people, and just said some choice lines like, "Get your hands off my penis. I see you know your judo well. This is democracy manifest." But the most memorable one is when he says, they say, "You're under arrest." He says, "On what charge?" "Enjoying a meal, a succulent Chinese meal." Yeah, it's quite something. So there we go. Will has linked to it in chat. So there you go. So we're going in with a smaller brush now. This is a Rosemary & Co. Kolinsky Sable 3.5 Series 33. 3.0 rather, or 3/0. It's really... not if you put too much fucking paint on it, Johnny. It's really good for picking up the edges of the model. So in this instance, it's pretty great for just highlighting the bits of cream that we've got. And it's just, yeah, it's just a great little workhorse of a highlight brush. Well, I've not painted anyone with this colour scheme in about 6 to 8 months. It's quite nice to be back in the saddle just doing a colour scheme I know really well. Pleasant, so it is. Hopefully you can see the contrast starting to come in there. Eccentric Lefty, I'm sorry to see that you're having a bit of a time at the minute. I sincerely hope that everyone pulls through fine, and that this ceases to be, well, basically this is just very soon nothing more than an unpleasant memory. Lots of love. Okay, so cream, 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 cream. Lindsay Stringer, and you'll want to strap in for this one, everyone. Lindsay Stringer says, just wanted to say thank you. I DM'd for the first time. You gave me confidence. Great. The memory of my boyfriend's face when he said he farted in an empty potion of healing vial for a weapon is my highlight. That's some next level weapon crafting on the fly. What a cursed thing your boyfriend did. I'm glad that it's a highlight for you. It does sound, in fairness, like a pretty memorable moment. I'm so glad you had fun and that everyone is getting into the swing of things. I want to say. Ugh, it's a bit untidy, that bit. Oh. Septimus 1026 says, sounds like a potion of toxic breath. Indeed. Goodness. Just had a thought, right? Because I was thinking, hang on. Yeah, so it's just, oh God, dare I even? No, you know what? You don't need to know where my brain went with that. That's fine. We'll come back. We'll circle back round to it. I've got a super chat to read out. Tom Titherington has done a super chat saying, "Hello, Johnny. I hope you and the chat are doing well. I received a boil your water before using notice, so I'm not looking forward to bath night. Tom, that sucks. Please don't get in while the water is at boiling temp. It is permissible to let it cool down a bit. Maybe pre-boil some stuff and let that go cold, so you can adjust the temperature." While having a bath on bath night. Either way, that sounds like a big faff, so I'm very, very sorry. Right, so back to where did my brain go when I just sort of let it run away. Was thinking about the boyfriend farting into an empty potion bottle to make just a weapon, which is a bottle of fart, right? And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was like, have I ever done anything like that in a role-playing game? And I thought to myself, well, there have been times when my characters like deliberately covered themselves in muck so that no one wants to go near them, right? And then I was reminded of the bit in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where, before coming into the castle where they're gonna like hang a bunch of the merry men, in order to get past the guard, Robin Hood rubs a bunch of horse manure on himself. And a guard grabs him and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And then he goes, "Oh, you stink, get away from me." And he gets through on account of smelling really bad, right? Like, genius, wonderful, brilliant. But that means, presumably, right, with events proceeding as they do in that film, that at some point during the climactic battle with the Sheriff of Nottingham, the Sheriff of Nottingham probably got a honk of that, and at one point was just like, why does Robin of Locksley smell of poo? Like, just sort of halfway through this fight to the death, the Sheriff of Nottingham was like, "Oh, Locksley smells of poo." You know, like, it just... Possibly, his dying moments. In his dying moments, he may have noticed this. And just been like, God, I can't believe I've been bested by a man who smells so strongly of shit. You know? Maid Marian as well, being like, "Oh, Robin, I'm so glad you saved me." Quick question, though. The Nice Switch says, nah, everyone stank of poo then. Yeah, but he stank of poo so bad the guard threw him away. Like, he definitely is depicted as smelling more like poo than normal people, you know? CookieCat94 has done a super chat saying, fun fact, squids have an ink sac and an internal shell called the pen. We're only a few short evolutionary steps away from calligraphy. Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt. Beef Gravy says she told him to go have a bath. That was at a different point. That was a completely different point in the film. Earlier on, she was like, Robin, have a bath. Yeah, she does know he stinks then. Yeah, she's probably like, oh, I'm going to have to train this out of him. That's a very, very good point, actually, Beef Gravy. Whizboom, doing a very good job of getting across the intonation and accent of Alan Rickman, says, Rickman pontificating, Loxley, why do you reek of horse dung? Tony Rainer says, but as he died, wouldn't the sheriff avoided his bowels? Yeah, I suppose. Maybe not immediately as he died. I think that happens a lot post-mortem, but like, in fairness to him, at that point he'd been run through he'd been stabbed with a dagger. You know? Stabbed with a dagger or run through with a sword, I forget. I'm just saying that at one point during that sword fight, the Sheriff of Nottingham would have realised, to his surprise, just how much like poo Robin Hood smells. And I think that's interesting. Mrs. Tom for the Win says, I can't believe the auto mod held Robin is a smelly boy for us to clear. I know, right? Costner superfans over here. Well, that's a strong edge highlight, isn't it? Possibly too strong. It's happened now, hasn't it? REC says Robin Poot. Strong. Very strong. Robin Poot. Will Fartlett. God, the other ones are quite hard, actually. Fry fart. No. Fonzie the Capybara says his conversation feels more like something from Maid Marian and her merry men. It's pancake day. Friar Muck, REC, very good. Extremely good. This isn't your first rodeo. Colin Laster says, what is this we're painting and what did I miss about Star Wars Butts? So this was an Endrin rigger for Age of Sigmar from the Carriage and Overlords, but I've head swapped it to become a Dwarf Troll Slayer for Blood Bowl, because I need one for an upcoming league match, because my last Troll Slayer died, so I don't want to use that model anymore, because I'm weird about that sort of thing. I can afford another one, so I kit bashed this together and now I'm painting it. He hasn't got a name yet. Maybe Robin Pood. Piddle John says RV, damn it, that's great. There's some support for Friar Fart in the chat. That's nice. Stained Marion. Oh, the Nice Witch has absolutely smashed that out the park in the most horrible way. Oofed. Wow. Robbie Patterson says, Azim to smell a shite. Hi, Robbie. I hope you're well. Let's go for that pint soon. That film has caused me irreparable psychic damage in that every time I hear somebody describe something as Moorish, I am powerless to stop myself from going, Moorish! Just can't stop myself. What about funkin'? Like Duncan, but he smells, so he's like funkin'? Is that anything? Is that any good? It doesn't feel very good. Metro757 says King Dick. Yep, very good. God, Stained Marion. I seem to smell a shite. Eto Perenka says, just dropping in to say hi, and I'm off to play TTRPGs. Have a nice afternoon, Johnny. I will, thank you. We're currently doing terrible things to a beloved English folklore figure. One of the very few really beloved English folklore figures, I feel like. Alan a Dung, says Brian Shona. Very good. Oh, Dunnykin, says Anonymous. Much better than Funkin. Yeah. Everyone's doing very well here. Ring John. Good Lord, Paul Harris. You could have gone with Stinking John. But no, we went straight for his asshole. Robbie Patterson says, Richard the Lion Shart. What a terrifying crusade. Oh, God. You sent him off on that crazy crusade. Loving your work. Absolutely loving your work. Right. We've got to do the boots and we've got to do the gun. Oh, and this shoulder pad. Okay. Plenty more to highlight. God, what an exciting new world of cursed chat we've opened up. Never mind talking about who's got the best butt. How many franchises can we ruin with dreadful puns on poo? The Nice Switch says, oh, we have a nice time, don't we? We do. We're going to have to ration these, though, because otherwise we're going to spend the next 2 hours just tearing through other beloved sort of stories and wrecking them all. Alison Vassabar has done a super chat saying, hey Johnny, hope you're having a good day today. I got to play Animal Crossing for the first time this weekend and I absolutely love it. Oh, what a treat. Now that is a game I wish I could forget that I'd played so I could play it for the first time again. I nearly had me a little cry when I booted up Animal Crossing New Horizons. Because it arrived at just about the right time, I'd say, didn't it? Can't leave the house. Let's play Animal Crossing too much. Lovely. The Nice Switch says, talking about poo is just the leveled up version of talking about butts. I suppose it's the inevitable conclusion, really, isn't it? Some might argue it's the primary function of one to the other. Christopher Needham says, don't worry about Lord of the Rings. We already have Radagast the Brown. Yep. Nick Jeffrey has done a super chat. I hope I do this justice. Singing Robin Pood, pooping in the glen. Robin Pood, farting at his men. Robin Pood, Robin Pood, Robin Pood. Proper old school Robin Hood theme, that, isn't it? Very nice work, thank you. I did see Mr. Tom for the win also do Robin Pood, riding through the glen. Goodness me. Right, so that's sort of the cream done. The Agrax Earthshade, despite me shaking it a lot, has come out a little bit glossy, which is annoying. So I'm going to paint some Lamian Medium over that. Mrs. Tom for the Win says, I've just remembered that Lord of the Rings MOBA they released during the 360 days. Jeez, that was weird. Yeah! I never played it, but I remember that coming out. That was bizarre. Very, very odd, to say the least. Huh. Right. Where's my paint box? Oh. There it is. That's what we need. Oops. There we go. Oh, Tiny Rainer suggests Dick Turd Pin. Wow. The stream's not getting any less cursed, is it? Right, let's brush some of this on. What's this you're brushing onto the model, Johnny, you ask? What a great question, and a timely one, I reply. This is Lamian Medium. It's basically paint medium. It is Games Workshop paint, but with no pigment in it. So it's just clear paint. You can use it to water down your paints without actually adding water and breaking up the sort of surface tension of it or making the pigments go all weird. And you can do that to make glazes. Glazes are very, very useful. Because you can colour a miniature but still allow the contrast to show through underneath. It's kind of like putting a coloured gel over a light. It's just very handy stuff. But also, it dries extremely matte. So, if your shade, as this one has come out a little bit glossy, possibly because you didn't shake it enough, Johnny, then you can just slap it over there, and it'll calm it right down, which is very, very useful. I've used this trick a number of times, which is to say 2. 2 is a number. This is only the second time I've had to do it. No, wait, 3. There we go. Welcome back to Jack Wood, who now has pizza. Drop the deets. What's the pizza like, Jack? Don't leave us hanging. We want to know. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's much, much better. Which is good, because now we can start layering it up. 4 cheese pizza. Honkety honk honk. All right. Colin Lester says, does anyone else see a face in that sphere? Yeah. It's pretty cursed, actually. Looks dreadful. There's also a literal face here, but I'm pretty sure you meant this bit. Right. So, we're going to get some Troll Slayer Orange, which I think you'll agree is very vibrant. We're going to mix it in on the palette with what we have left of the Squig Orange, which was our base colour. Actually going to add some more Troll Slayer Orange to this to make it even brighter. Or am I? Let's test it first. Let's see. Yeah, I want some more Troll Slayer orange in there. Okay. There we go. That's a bit better. Right. So now, what we're going to do... Oh, there we go. Will says the face is a bit near Automata. Yes, I agree. The weird little robot enemy fellas. We're just going to go in and start... It's come out a bit greasy, the finish of this. Troll Slayer Orange has a really unfortunate finish to it. But hey-ho. There. We're going to start layering this up anyway to make it a bit more vibrant. And we're going to avoid the sort of edges of the panels where they would naturally be a bit darker. And this little divot here. I'm going to have to do 2 coats of this, I think. Silvio Mercado says it looks like the falling moon in the Zelda game. In that Zelda game. Majora's Mask, were you playing a horrible rip-off version? Looks like a very cursed version of that moon. I really liked that stage in one of the Smash Brothers games. It must have been Brawl, I guess, where the moon from Majora's Mask kept getting closer, and then it would sort of get right up to you, and then it would be like, oh, I can't actually destroy this map. So it would just sort of go back again. It was a cool background detail, and I loved it, but it didn't make a whole bunch of sense. The Nice Switch says, who hurt him? Why is he so mad? Calm down, Moon. It's a great question. The Moon is very... A, very threatening in Majora's Mask, but B, like, very clearly very happy about being threatening. It's like, ha ha ha, if you don't rewind time in the next half hour, I'm going to destroy this place by headbutting it. And that's a lot. That's a lot to take in. Quite worrying, really. There we go, starting to build up that colour a bit more anyway. We're getting there. She's dreaming. Oh, Shells the Great and Powerful says they have a level like that in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Maybe it's that I'm thinking of. With the moon from Majora's Mask. Who even knows these days, eh? Anyway, right, so... As you can see, done a lot of layering on the engine. And then we're going to add even more Troll Slayer orange to this mix. And sort of do it again, but in a smaller area. Just to really build up that colour, which will be nice. West Coast Weaver has done a super chat saying "Puppy!" all in caps. Neko the kitty says, thoughts on what Watson dreams about? Sometimes her tail wags, so good things. A lot of the time her paws are going, so she's like going along. A lot of the time she does little sleep woofs, which is funny because she doesn't really bark in real life, so I don't know what those ones are. But it's very cute, all the same. Okay, so that's that. Let's add some more Troll Slayer orange. And she just woke up and had a big stretch. Wasn't able to get to spin the camera around fast enough, I'm afraid. But you'll just have to believe me when I say it was very cute. Right. So, more orange. Oh, that's too much paint. There we go, that's better. Smaller area. Work it in. Make even more orange. Yeah, I really like this colour scheme. It's very satisfying. And also I'm just fond of it now because it's like my team colours. Last season, as a joke, I got a shirt, an orange shirt with the name of my team captain printed on the back. And it's just fun. Okay, and then let's do a final bit in the collar here. Neat. We're getting there now. We've pretty much just got to touch up the beard and the face, and then we're done. Which is great, because it will give us plenty of time to work on something else. Won't that be a delight for everyone? Oops, sorry, just head-butted my own mic. Always good. There we go. Very simple highlight. Just gone back in with the base colour again, to be honest, because while I have watched the Citadel Masterclass tutorial on doing faces, I haven't worked up the bravery yet to actually try it, and it's more glazing than I think I can handle. So that'll do with that. Let's do a tiny touch up on these little bits of arm that are poking through. Another one there. Cool. Will says, please ask before touching up someone's beard. Very good point, actually. Very, like, my beard's not as long as it used to be, but it used to be very annoying when people were just like, meh, meh. Just getting their hands in there. It's like, don't do that. That's literally my face. Real Name R says, did people like the bin from the other week, by the way? Do you mean the goose bin? Yeah, people really liked it. It went over very well. In fact, we had a friendly sevens game at one point, so we got the bin out and we were like, look, it's the Sunday Bin Goose League. So that was fun. Supremely lazy highlighting on this. Just turning the brush sideways and running it along the side. Oops. Possibly too lazy. Oopsie. Paint the fucking sword. Great, and then I might do one last version of that. Will says, people are welcome to touch my beard without warning whenever they want, but I will take a tithe in fingers. Yeah, there you go. Lucy says, to be fair, people touching strangers or acquaintances is just strange in general, in my humble opinion. Yep, fair. Overly familiar people. Not a fan. Not a fan. I used to be really dreadful when I first started in the games industry of, like, just not being able to get around the fact that so many people wanted to hug you hello. Like, particularly PRs, if they did, like, the double kiss or whatever. Like, I was, like, a 19-year-old, and I was so awkward. I was just like, I don't want to do it. And it was... I had a reputation, I am sure, as the weird one who gets very, uncomfortable when someone tries to say hi. As opposed to now. But, yeah. Curious. It's just not my favourite behaviour, that's all. But I'm not a very tactile person in general, to be honest. Like, I like hugs, but I'm not like... I don't touch people that often. That's not gone well. That's not gone well at all. It'll be fine. Yeah, that's right, actually. Good. One thing I like about myself as a hobbyist, I've got infinite confidence in myself. Oh, that's fucking awful. Oh, that's okay, actually. Ah, it's dreadful. Alright. I think this sucker's done. Which feels very good. It's nice to have a full roster painted up again for my team. Oh, there is a whole skull there, isn't there? I should paint that very quickly. Oh, where's that contrast paint? Oh, actually, no, fuck it. Let's just do cream. Oh, sorry. I'm just headbutting the mic. Not the mic, the camera. That's the mic. Right, paint this skull very swiftly. I'm going to paint it cream, and then I'm just going to whack that skeleton contrast paint over the top, and it'll be fine. Shaw's the Great and Powerful says, you know, part of the joy of being black is white people just running their fingers through your hair like you're an attraction at a petting zoo. I honestly cannot even fathom how upsetting that must be, and how fucking dreadful it is. like I'm aware from other like from black friends I have and stuff that like it is just constant, and it's just like nah, yeah, Will's right. Just start taking fingers. Just do it. Paint box. Here we go. Welcome to non-binary person browses their paint box for a paint they've not used in a while. I didn't even know I had that one. That's fun. Ross Dunes, no. Skeleton Horde, no. That's... When did I get that? I have some paints that a friend gave me, and I've been very confused by them sort of showing up in my collection. Skeleton Horde, there we go. Look, it's you lot. As a paint. Okay. Dark Oath Flash, eh? What even is it? Oh, it's never been opened. No wonder I didn't know I had this. When did I get this and why? The hobbyist's eternal question. Anyway, yes. Skeleton Horde. It's like you've all been liquidated and put into a... Liquidized. Liquidated is the financial one. Liquidized and put into this pot. Real Name R says, my partner gets NB digged through their yarn stash pretty regularly. Yep. Meffy to go says, Johnny, you should take an entrance fee for a show like this. You know what? I tried to get a slot at the Edinburgh Fringe, and it was a no-go, so I'll just keep doing it on YouTube. Cream hadn't entirely dried, I don't think, but that's fine. Let's just slap some more paint over the top of it. Fix it with making the problem worse. Oh no, it was alright. It'll do. It'll do, so says I. Neko the Kitty says, oof, sounds a lot like when I rummaged through my fabric bins and asked how drunk was I when I bought this. Incredible. Absolutely outstanding. B Reynolds 376 says, I'm going to head out and do some work stuff. We'll catch the rest on VOD later. Take care, B Reynolds 376. Thank you for being in chat, and I'll catch you soon, I'm sure. Have a lovely time doing some work stuff. Okay, I don't want to do... Actually want to do a very, very tiny final highlight on the face. There we go. Alright, I'm declaring this sucker done. They don't have a name. You're welcome to suggest names. I am not going to lie. I'll throw all of them out the window if I don't like them. Solely because it's my Blood Bowl team. You know, it means a lot to me. I'll give you some examples of team names, of player names if you want. Obviously, you've got Bobson Dugnut. That's the team captain. This Troll Slayer is replacing Sigblad Ironjaw. His teammate, the other Troll Slayer, will be Bogheck Hardhelm. I've got a runner called Rootgard Thundershanks. The linesmen are like Wilberforce Crunkledit, Handlebar Grumbletash, Horridin Tumbledown, Yern Eman. The Nice Witch says he looks like a Michael. Strong dwarf name. Jack Wood says Barreled Gorfson. That's quite strong. Barreled Gorfson. Will says, laughing my ass off, there's no way something that pointless and banal would get 2 shays a day in, like, The Laughing Horse. Gonk in the Trunk, says Neko the Kitty. Very good. Nice Witch says Simon. Robin Pood. Not reading that one out, Titan Uranus, thank you. Barrel Metalhead, says Colin Lester. Stop Michael, says Will. No. To be honest, Barreled Gorfson is really making me laugh. I'm not. Stop saying Michael, you horrible people. Will says, wait, no, wouldn't get. Huh? Hammersmith the Bold, Medium Dave, Garth Ungents. Barreled Gorfson. Just going to check this isn't a thing that... Lillian Lepesme says, so no love for traditional cheery little bottom. It's... Like, I stop saying Michael, you horrible people. Look at that dwarf's face and tell me he's not a Michael. He's not. I can tell you confidently that's not a Michael. I think I'm going to call this sucker Barreled Gorfson. It's done. There we go. Barreled Gorfson. I'm going to take a picture and... Jack says it's just me saying words. Okay, that's good. Send this picture to the league. I'll do it in a bit. Cool. There we go. Barreled Gorfson. Done. Right, so we've got an hour and a half left. The question is what to paint. I think, because you know what, I really enjoyed layering up the orange on this sucker. I'm going to work on something I have been meaning to keep working on 4 months now, and I haven't touched. And it's kind of... Will says, I said there's no way it would get 2 shows a day in a subpar fringe venue when I meant it absolutely would. Oh, yeah. No, I have done the fringe before. I was in C venues, which tells you all you need to know. But yeah. Anyway, I've been working on this thing. Well, not working on this thing. I've been ignoring this thing for months. And I've kind of been waiting for a stream where I've got spare time, but I'm not shouting about it because this is going to be a gift from my brother eventually. This model will be older than a lot of the people in chat. This is like a 30-plus-year-old Imperator Titan for Warhammer 40k. My brother bought one of these when he was a kid, like saved up his pocket money, and the kit was missing bits. Like something had messed up. There weren't the proper parts. It couldn't be finished. He was very sad. Took it back to the shop, and my dad was like, "Just get a refund. Like, don't chance it again." And he was always like, "Ah, my Imperator Titan." So a while ago, I snuck onto eBay and I found one going very cheap, which was a Triumph, and I'm going to paint it up. Yep, Silver says that's older than me. Samorio Suni says, oh, that's almost certainly older than me. Certainly older than Jack F. Thank you, Will, for pointing that one out. So yeah, I'm going to paint this up and then gift it to my brother. He doesn't know about it, but thankfully, he doesn't really watch these streams. So Nathaniel Levy says, where did you find that? I got it on eBay, which was, yeah, it was good. I snuck in, like, because I bid on one before, and I was like, my top bid is this, and then it soared in the final minutes to like over double that, and I was like, oh fuck this, and I never thought I'd get one for a reasonable price, and then I just randomly a week later was like, I'll have a search, I'll try and find one, and there was an auction ending in 3 minutes, and I just put in a bid and got it, no problems, and I got it for less than half what I wanted to pay for the other one. So there we go. Yeah, it's from Epic 40k. And yeah. So what I'm going to try and do, I really want the red to like stand out on this. So I will have used heavy red on this, I'm pretty sure. So I need to use a lighter red. Probably Mephiston would be fine. Although I should dig out the heavy red as well. And I want to layer it up so it's kind of like... Will says, if my research is right, it's from 1988. That can't be right. No, because I remember it being in shops. But yeah, so I'm going to keep it sort of a dark red here, but go lighter toward the top. You know how layering works. So it should be fun. Right, smaller paint box. Gory red is really bright, actually. Where's heavy red gone? That's vermilion. That's extremely bright. Heavy red. Oh, the heavy red must already be on my desk. Copper. A silver. That'll be useful, probably. Right. That's terracotta. Heavy red, heavy red. Aha! Here it is. Cool. Chaos says, if memory serves, it was 93 to 94. That sounds about right. So not quite 30 years. But close. Right, so you got some heavy red on the palette. Heavy red. What? That gory red's come out really dark. Whereas normally it's very bright. That's weird. Anyway, I'm just going to get a bunch of different reds on the palette here. Not that you can see what I'm doing, but you know. Where's my brush gone? Is it behind my ear? No. Good. Ah! Tucked it into my apron, didn't I? Yes, I did. Anyway, yeah, just going to slap some reds on this thing. Just have a good time. Have a nice little time layering up the Imperator Titan. Because why not, eh? Right. West Coast Weaver says 93 to 94 is nearly 30 years ago. Shit. I know. How about that? Terrifying. Okay. Titan Uranus says, I would want to push for a Uranic paint scheme for the Titan. Is there anything connecting Mephiston to Uranus? Gosh, what a question. I have no earthly idea. I don't really know anything about Mephiston, to be honest. It's kind of one of those things. It's funny when you like first get into the hobby, you're like, ah la 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 la, and these paints, they've all got weird names, but whatever. And you don't really think about it, and then suddenly you'll be like, oh, that's what a bad and black means, because you learn a bit more about the hobby, and you're like, right, these are all mostly linked into things. I understand now. It'd help if you could see what I was doing. Thank you for the super chat, though. Uranic paint scheme, definitely worth clinging to as a concept. Very amusing. Oh, Mephiston Uranus, I understand it. Got it. I was a bit slow on the uptake then. Mephiston Uranus. Very good. You just can't... It's like being a primary school teacher. You can't let your guard down for a second. That was actually more sophisticated a joke than a primary school kid would generally trot out. But the concept remains. Steady on. Absolutely cursed behaviour, so it was. Well, that's interesting. That's done... Wow, that's dried and is almost no different whatsoever, so that's okay, but not ideal, given how much of this model there is. Scott Perkins says, and click. Yeah, I was a bit slow on that one, wasn't I? Sorry, everybody. I got there in the end. Right, so actually, Mephistonred is fine to just slap down as a base colour anyway. So we're just going to do that. We're only going to do it to sort of the upper parts of these turrets. And build up the colour slowly. It's going to take fucking forever. It's a good thing my brother doesn't know about this. So otherwise I'd really be working against the clock. Turrets. I got so excited when this turned up. It was caked in old paint. It was really hard to remove, actually, but we got there in the end. Barely discernible. Good, good. To be honest, I'm just going to do this one layer of Mephiston, and then once I've shaded the model, I'm going to get properly into layering it up. So it will look starker then, but before then I've got lots of bits of sort of black trim to tidy up in this metal here, so we're in for the long haul with this one. Nathaniel Levy says, metal mini? No, 'tis plastic, I believe. Yeah, I use rubbing alcohol on it, so yeah, it's plastic. Jan Pales quotes me saying, connecting Mephiston to Uranus is not something a school kid would normally come up with. You've not taught to kids much, I see. Okay, firstly, I said primary school kids. But secondly, no, I don't talk to kids often. I'm not great with kids, to be honest. I'm terrible at knowing what age, guessing what age they are, and I don't know how to talk to them without just, like, I'll talk to them like an adult, but then they'll be like, what the fuck? So, yeah. I don't make a habit of talking to them, really. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure they're great fun. Not for me. Actually, I had to tell some kids to stop bothering my dog on the weekend, and they were very understanding and very polite. So that was good. Oopsie. I have to redo that bit. It's quite soothing having just big panels to paint now after sort of trying to highlight some armour properly. Properly, I say. Well enough to go on the Blood Bowl pitch. And I tell you what, this has been sat on the shelf for so long that it feels nice to be putting any paint on it at all. Will says, I can hear the bastard pigeon feeding from the bastard bird feeder. They are voracious, aren't they? It is a bird, though. It technically meets the criteria. You know, how angry can you really be? I remember getting into when we had a garden, getting into a rivalry with a squirrel. It was so good at eating out the bird feeders. And I was so ill-equipped to deal with it. It used to drive me up the wall. Raul Szymanski has done a super chat saying, "Hey Johnny, as a gamer and an experienced DM, I was wondering if you have any advice regarding skill tree regret. I have a strong temptation to restart characters or playthroughs for little or no reason." Gosh, I don't know, because like a lot of games these days do let you respec, but that's not something I tend to experience. Like, I have respec'd a couple of characters in the past, but that's just because I fancied trying something else. I've not really regretted it, but I guess it depends what your choices are in going down skill trees, because like a lot of the time when I go down a skill tree, I'll be like, this is a boring option. It's what I always do, but then I know that that's the kind of way I like to play, and therefore that's what's going to keep me happy. It's when I choose stuff to be like, I'm really going to push myself in this game, that I do end up regretting it. So I guess just try and fix a sense in your head of like the style of gameplay you enjoy, whether that's stealth or all-out combat, and then just try and facilitate that. I hope it doesn't continue to plague you, because that sounds like a pain, especially if these games are quite long, as they tend to be these days. But thank you for the super chat. I hope that sort of comes in handy. It doesn't feel like great advice, but it's about all I've got on the topic, really. Bit of dust on this miniature. That's how long it's been. Okay. So much Titan. No wonder I stopped painting this. Meffy to go says Australian magpies or something else. Are you aware of the magpie man? It's a guy who just walks up to people and goes, "I'm a magpie man," and then does an incredible impression of Australian magpies. And people are like, "Wow, that's amazing." But his TikTok is so weird. So weird. Claire de Bear says, "What Transformer is this?" Very droll. Very good indeed. Let's see. Oh god, that's too much paint. They said, carrying on. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Get that off there. There we go, that's better. Back on. This is drying so close to the original shade that like it's really not doing much, but it's at least giving me an idea of what I want to do with this, which is useful. Yeah. Don't need to bother too much at this stage, actually. What I do need to do is work on the trim a lot more. Okay, well, that's instructive anyway. We're all learning. Right, so let's get a small brush. Cloud Bear says no, really. This is an Imperator Titan for Epic 40k. Okie dokie. Right, so brush change. We're going back to this little one, Babes. I haven't got the energy to be a beauty vlogger today. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Need some matte black, which should be already on my desk, but maybe I tidied it up. Welcome back to Non-Binary Person Searches Their Paint Box. Nope. Okay, well, it must be here somewhere then. Ah! Stop hitting the camera with your head. Matte black. Where have you gone? Matte black. I was using it like the other day. That's fucking annoying. Ugh, don't make me use a bad and black. That's so weird. Ah, there it is. Ha ha ha, it's just there. Hugh says, as long as we get the babes, it's allowed. Thanks, babes. Okay. So the great news is, since I acquired this model and started to paint it, I found a black paint that actually doesn't suck. So working on this trim shouldn't be such a horrible imposition as I found it last time. Because you can see the point, like here, black trim, mostly done. Here, gave up. Went to bed. Oops, shit. Nightingale Trash has done a super chat saying, "Hi Johnny, I start training for my new job tomorrow, and I wanted to say thank you for all the wonderful content that's kept me chill and for inspiring me to come out as MB. Thank you for everything. Congratulations on the new job, Nightingale Trash. I hope it is really fulfilling and that the people are really nice and that you fit in, and that they are just cool. So yeah, and thank you for the kind words as well and for the super chat. I've seen a lot of just like gender-related bullshit on Twitter this past week, so it's very nice to sort of come back to streaming and have people just be like mega supportive. I think that's great. I shouldn't have painted that bit black. Whoops-a-daisy. Nomad 0036 says, what's the difference between annoying and fucking annoying? It's emphasis. It's just emphasis. And genitals? I don't know. Emphasis on genitals, the ebony and ivory of the No, I got nothing. Black trim, black trim. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when I'm painting you? Need a bit more black. Where's it gone? There it is. Okay. Whoops. Oh, no, it's fine. Okay. Sorry, we've reached that point in the stream where I've gone quite quiet, but my head just turned to soup. No thoughts, only Titan painting. Wraith Shadowheart has done a super chat saying earlier on you mentioned this model was caked in paint. I have a similar item I am stuck on, and what did you do, and is it plastic safe? So, it depends what the model is made of. If it's plastic, as you say, you can use Dettol or BioStrip to remove paint, or I'm pretty sure you can use rubbing alcohol. I'm pretty sure that's what I used on this. In fact, yes, I'm certain. You do not, under any circumstances, use acetone on a plastic model. It will melt it. However, you can use acetone on metal models, and it works a treat. But yeah, if it's a plastic model, I would say use rubbing alcohol, or you can use Dettol, but it pongs a little bit. And basically what you do is you'll need an old toothbrush. Just pop it in a bath of rubbing alcohol and let it sit for like an hour or two. With Dettol and stuff, you need to leave it like for 24 hours probably. And then just get the old toothbrush and start scrubbing it off. Do not run it under the tap while you're doing this, because if you reintroduce water, then it will just allow the paint to reattach to the model, and you'll undo all your good work. Yeah, Will says, in all cases, isopropyl alcohol. So yeah, like rubbing alcohol, or if you search for isopropyl alcohol, that is your best friend in terms of stripping models. Because once it evaporates really easily, so once it's dry, it doesn't smell, and it's just really good at cleaning the model up. And just be patient. Oops. Okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's not too bad. Dum 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 dum. Okay. And then... Oh, Sarah Burke is off. Take care, Sarah Burke. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And that your appointment goes very smoothly. Oof. Okay, we're getting there. I feel like there are a few bits of like silver metal I need to touch up, like on this bit. And I'd quite like to give a coat of phalanx yellow on this part, but I'll probably be able to shade it this stream, which would be great. Okay. So how's everyone's week shaping up? You got a lot on, or is it relatively straightforward? Mine is shaping up to be quite busy, which is not ideal, because I'm behind on some work, namely Weird Tales of Adventure from last month, and then the RPG for this month, but I'm going to a wedding for some friends, so that'll be nice. So, swings roundabouts. I'll just knuckle down and get it done, and then everything will be fine. Ooh, Monk's in chat. Hello, Monk. Monk says, I've got a box of Titanicus I'm dying to get to. It seems like Titanicus has really had a shot in the arm lately. I had a friend recently being like, is anyone up for getting into it? And I was like, absolutely not. But I'm glad that people are excited for it. They've just released some like chonky new stuff, haven't they? I mean, everything's chonky in Titanicus, but still. Faye Gibbons says, my final essay is due tomorrow. Hey, I mean, you're going to feel amazing when it's been given in, Faye. Even though your message ends with, ah, all in caps, you're going to be all right. So says I. And I hope you've got some nice things to do lined up afterwards, even if it's just to lie down and not have to think about a final essay anymore. That sounds pretty great under the circumstances. So yeah, best of luck with that. Wow, Will says, I'm giving blood tomorrow, board game social on Wednesday, flying to Milton Keynes on Friday, seeing My Chemical Romance, and then my parents. So a 5 out of 10, I reckon. That's amazing. What band are your parents in that they've got My Chemical Romance supporting them? That's fucking ridiculous, Will. You kept that one quiet. That's huge. Massive, massive Titan. Paint you up. Bum, bum. Faye Gibbons says, got a D&D on Wednesday with friends as well. Thanks for your supportive words, Johnny. Anytime. You enjoy that D&D. You bloody earned it. Will says, I guess they're in placebo? Oh, great. Okay. That's weird, because the Night Switch literally just said Will's mam is Cher, so... Which is it, Will? Is there another joke I missed there? I have to say, I'm very pleased that there's a new My Chemical Romance song out. It's just like, this is fucking wonderful. I feel so validated. And it's a banger as well, which is obviously very helpful under the circumstances. Chris Calvert says, I haven't listened to it yet. I feel like I'm betraying my own youth. Haha. Listen, Chris, you waited that long for this song. It can wait a little while for you, eh? What's another few days or weeks or months before you decide to listen to it? I do think it's very good, and it's you won't be disappointed if you do listen to it, but listen to it whenever you want, buddy. It's a bit clumsy. Oh, of course. Thank you for correcting me, chat. Cher is in placebo. I'd missed that. That's wonderful. Does that technically make them a supergroup? Because it fucking should. Also, it's very funny how, like, optimistic the term supergroup is, where they're like, yeah, it's a supergroup because it's made up of people from all of these other well-known bands. It's like, yeah, but are they actually going to be super, or is this going to be really surprisingly disappointing? It's generally the latter. Looking at you, Zwan. Actually, I quite enjoyed that first album. So... Hey, Weird Bird says, picked up Blood Bowl 2 on the PC because Johnny has so much enthusiasm for the game and I'm loving it. Hooray! I can't actually play that PC game at all. It drives me up the wall because I can't use the UI properly and then I get frustrated and I rage quit every single time during the first drive. I wish I liked it. Because it would be lovely to play Blood Bowl whenever I want. And one of the guys in the league has played loads of it and like his knowledge of Blood Bowl has increased to, frankly, terrifying levels. But hey-ho. Will says Led Zeppelin are technically a supergroup. How so? Please explain. Because they are super. I like them a lot. Really out there opinion, I know. Led Zeppelin's good. Really sticking my neck out on that one, aren't I? Will says, I can't believe Johnny would do the travelling Wilburys like this. Look, they're just, you know, I just don't think they're super. That's all. Okay. Yeah, I've tidied this up a bit. That's good. Because every time I looked at it, I was like, ugh, crap. Dare I treat myself? Dare I shade this thing today? I think I should. I do want to do another coat of yellow on this, though. Loop Zoop. I've never heard Led Zeppelin referred to that as before. I've never heard anyone refer to Led Zeppelin like that before. Loop Zoop is made up of one member of the Yardbirds and two members of Band of Joined and a session bassist. What? That's certainly news to me. Right. Bit of yellow going on now. Jan Pale says, "Now, why wouldn't you have a right to not share a common opinion? I have a friend who dislikes Iron Maiden. Doesn't make him shit. He just doesn't vibe with them." Oh, I know. I was just saying that, like, the odds of me saying I think Led Zeppelin are good and that being in any way surprising or, divergent from common opinion were very low. It was a pretty safe thing to say. Okay, one coat of yellow done. I definitely like the shade more than I like the one that it just replaced, but also this looks quite patchy, so I'm going to do a couple more coats. Well, that's fine. Then I think we can just shade this fucker. Why not? Bit of fun. Oh, meant to be Band of Joy. Thank you, Will. Thunder Cookie says, "Good evening, lovely scaly pals." Good evening, Johnny. Good evening, Thunder Cookie. Will says, "Oh, I'd love to hear your ideas for terrible supergroups." Let's get it, chat. Terrible supergroups. I think adding Billy Corgan to anything is going to be a recipe for a lot of conflict within the band, because he is just a megalomaniac who wants to do everything. But that could just mean that he takes over and it's just another Billy Corgan vehicle. So we need somebody who would be like absolutely at loggerheads with Billy Corgan the entire time. Captain Crimo says Billy Corgan and Michael Stipe. I agree, but I would actually quite like to hear that because I love REM. I think Captain Crimo says Billy Corgan and Moby. I think Billy Corgan and Grimes would be quite funny. Will says Fleetwood Mac with Billy Corgan in. Jessica Lee says Billy Corgan, Dave Mustaine, and Trent Reznor. My God. Oft. Wow. Faye Gibbons says the Beeples. Thanks, Faye. I hope you have a terrible time finishing your essay. No, it's not true. Nick Jeffrey is on a super chat saying Justin Bieber, Jedward, Celine Dion, and Nickelback. The thing is, you stick Celine Dion in there, and it's got a pretty good chance of being great. I'm unapologetically a Celine Dion fan. I think she's fucking fantastic. Emma Blass says Eric Clapton is mandatory for any supergroup. Yeah, that's fair. Eric Clapton, Liam Gallagher, Duppy from N-Dubs. Dappy, not Duppy. Yeah, there we go. That's my top vote for one that's just gonna fucking shit all over the stage. Marissa J says, I love the Beatles just from how much Jane hates it. I'm right there with her. Honestly. Jack Wood says, ABBA, but it's Trent Reznor, Dave Grohl, Billy Corgan and Kanye West. Oofed! Is that Star Sandbone or Stars and Bone? Says Weird Al, Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, Celine Dion. Again, I just think you stick Celine Dion in there and it's going to be... You know? Phone calls are just overqualified jump scares, says Corgan and Kanye's strong material. Yep. Monk says 50 Cent, Corgan, Clapton, Gallagher, and West. Oh! Yeah. Oh, we're ruining the games industry. We're ruining the music industry right here, right now. It's pretty impressive. Well done, us. Right, I think I've reached the point with this miniature where I can say, fuck it, let's shade it. So, fuck it, let's shade it. Nice Switch says, okay, legends, I got a Scarper. Thanks for the stream. Take care, Skellies. Take care, the Nice Switch. Lovely seeing you as ever. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Titan Uranus going straight for the jugular just says Beatles reunion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Can't fault you for that one. Right, where's the Null Noil? Null Noil, where's it gone? Fucking. I tidied my office. How am I missing? No, it's not that. My Null Noil's really full. I swear it was still on the. Must be in there. Null Noil! Show yourself. It's not in here. There's some really... That's no Null Noil. That's none oil. Great. Huh. How do I do this to myself all the time? Athonian Camera Shade is there. Contrast paint, Serpent CP Acrylics. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? It was just... It's here. It was just hiding behind this pot of thick mud. Great, thanks for that. Chris Calvert says, I'm back. I like the Muse Muscle Museum-esque route. My Chemical Romance has taken. There you go. Christopher Needham's on a super chat saying, take all the washed-up former rockers, Gene Simmons, Johnny Rotten, Axl Rose, all the frontmen who couldn't handle losing the limelight. That is... Oh, wow. Yeah, that is... That's potent. That is potent. Oh, they'd be so hateful. They'd be so hateful. Like, with each other, with everyone there. Nobody would be having a good time. They'd be like, here's a song we're playing. Can't believe you're not more excited. This is a shit crowd. Oh my god, yeah. Amazing. That's it. That's my pick. Of all of the ones people have said, Christopher Needham. Also, thank you for the super chat. But Gene Simmons, Johnny Rotten, Axl Rose. It's like 3 frontmen. Oh, it's upsetting is how good it is. Absolutely bloody delightful. That's inspired. Oops. Oh shit, that's the wrong fucking... Just paint over that. Never mind. Nope, that didn't work. Great. For our supergroup of Johnny Rotten, Axl Rose, and Gene Simmons, Monk suggests the name Egomania, which I think is perfect. Spot on. Gene Simmons. What a strange man. Right, just got to wait for the last bit of paint I slapped on there to dry, and then we can shade this thing. Very exciting. Oh. Uh-oh. What moved? Oh, this arm is ever so slightly loose. All right. Just have to be wary of that. Oh, yeah, look. It's meant to be in there. I'm just going to leave it like that for now, but if I need to at some point, I can super glue that. I'll be fine. Okay. Emma Blast says, Gene Simmons will put a Kiss logo on anything to sell it. There's even a Kiss casket. A Kiss kit. Yeah, you know what? I believe it. Didn't he, didn't they try and, like, they looked into selling, I'm not even kidding, Kiss branded bull semen at one point? Anyway, sorry, excuse me for one moment. But... Cool. I have joined a dumb social network called Be Real. It's meant to be the anti-Instagram, where it's like, oh my god, everyone's Instagram feeds are so curated. Like, why can't you just be real? So what it does is it sends everyone who uses the app a prompt at the same time, and it says, make a be real. And you've got 2 minutes to take a picture. And the picture, it takes it with the front and back camera at the same time. And then it gets uploaded. And it's silly. It's very silly, but like I've got just a few friends who do it, so it's quite cute, where it's just like bing, 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 pictures of my friends and what they're doing, so it's quite a nice little update. Anyway, so that's what I was doing just then. Posted my Be Real. But anyway, yeah, sorry. I feel like I just sort of dropped a truth bomb about the Kiss Bull Seaman thing, and then didn't really follow up. I just started talking about something else. Let me just double check. I'm just going to Google. Maybe I'll incognito window this. Kiss branded bull semen. I could have sworn. Okay, nothing's coming up. But I could have sworn, like in an interview, Gene Simmons was like, yeah, we looked into getting Kiss branded bull semen at one point. Bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Right. Christopher Needham says, what if you're not wearing trousers? Well, you can post your Be Real late, but it's more it's quite fun if you just do it in the moment. Yesterday it got me, like, it was like time to post one while I was on the toilet, so it's not impossible that you wouldn't be wearing trousers, but you just try not to show that, I guess. Anyway, let's slap a lot of Null Oil onto this model. Why not? I miss my shade brush. I don't know where it's gone. Really annoying. Ethan Blomquist has done a super chat. Says, hang on one sec. I don't know if a member of Cypress Hill is part of the app. I don't know, everyone. I'm sorry. I know you keep asking, but I don't know. Anyway, Ethan Blomquist has done a super chat saying, hey, Johnny and LSPs, I can't stay long. Hectic Monday. Wanted to drop in, say hi, and let you know I had a wonderful time with Chaos Johnny during last week's painting stream. They're only Deans. Good. Thank you so much, Ethan. I'm very pleased because it was a lot. I kind of came off that stream, was just like, oh, wow, what was that I just did? Which is how I feel about most of the painting streams, if I'm perfectly honest, but still. Brian Schoner has done a super chat saying, the Bull Seaman reference reminds me of my favourite obscure board game, Grade Up to Elite Cow. No, really, look it up. Gosh, that sounds an awful lot like a stud farming simulating board game. How quaint. I will Google it later. Right now, I'm just mildly afraid, I think. Right, get some Null Oil on the guns. It's funny, a lot of the time when painting, I feel like shading is the bit where I'm like, aha, it does look good, and I don't have that much more to do before this model's done. I feel like this is only the beginning on this thing. Like, there's going to be a lot of work on these red panels to get them looking decent. But it's nice to have made some progress with this model, because bloody hell, it's, God knows it's been sitting there judging me long enough. Cool. Non-oiled. I mean, it's certainly given some depth to these guns already, which is useful. Yeah, this is a good start, I think. It really does feel like I'm only just getting started on this model, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, that's our little Imperator Titan friend. Hang on, I'll show you again in a sec. Rotten Luck says, is that an Imperator class? Yes, it is. I managed to pick one up from eBay fairly cheap. It's going to be a surprise present for my brother, who doesn't collect Warhammer, but did have one of these as a kid, but it had to go back to the shop because the kit was incomplete, and he didn't get another one. So anyway, Headers is on a super chat saying, small thanks because I've been drafting since 5 a.m. and I don't think my legs work anymore, but this stream is helping to keep me sane. You are very welcome. I'm sorry to hear about your legs. That sounds like a pretty full-on day of drafting. I'm very glad that I'm helping out here with this odd little stream. We've painted a dwarf. We're painting an enormous robot. Wherever will we take it next? In fact, I mean, like, this needs time to dry now, so I should switch to something else. The question is what? Oh. Oh, actually. No. What to paint? Oh, so even though this looks very samey with how it was when I started painting it, I'm very pleased to have made some progress on this. Phew. Will says, need to paint something medium. Yes. We've painted something small, we've painted something massive. What's something medium I can paint? Huh. Oh, I could smash out some of those. Let's smash out some of those turnip walls. It's a bit boring. Oh God, what do we paint? You know what? Yeah, fuck it. One sec. Give me a sec. Blah. Ugh. Hello, Watson. Don't worry. Or failing medium, any other type of psychic. Boo! Very good. Very good. Ugh. I threatened to do these last week, but I've got some... It's going to be fucking fascinating, this. Some sections of wall. Random Working says, make the robot the middle one and go for something giant. I don't have anything bigger. I got some sections of wall that I'm going to use for terrain in turnip, so I think I'm just going to smash some of those out. So we've only got half an hour, and it's either that or I end the stream early because I've run out of sort of stuff. So, excuse me. Jack quotes me saying I've painted something massive and then adds laughs in Taunar. Or Taunar. I know it's not as big as your foot-tall towel thing, but I just meant in terms of, like, the scale it's meant to be. Like, it's a Titan. It's meant to be huge. But, yes, no, yours is absolutely enormous. Right, walls. Let's see. Ashen grey, can't go wrong. Marissa J says, gotta go be a mum. Little dude is home. Thanks, Johnny, in the LSPs. Take care, Marissa. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Right. Let's just slap some paint down, shall we? Painting our wall. Da 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 da. Griffin Rayner says, running out of projects can be a good problem to have. Can't relate. Well, it's not really running out of projects in this instance. It's more just I have to be very, very careful about picking up something new to paint at the end of a stream. Because sometimes if I do it, I never paint that thing again. I'm like, oh, I'll spend 10 minutes on this model. And then I'm done with the stream and my brain goes, forget that. Forget that model. You know, never going to paint that again. But these walls, there's a lot of them. And I want to get them done really badly, so I think that will be fine. And also, like, I can get pretty far with these quite quickly, I reckon. So I feel like this is a safe option. But also, I came to a terrifying realization recently that because obviously I paint every Monday, I always need something to paint. I will never defeat my 2 paint pile. You know? I'm destined always to be acquiring new models. Terrifying. And rewarding, obviously. Just wait till I start 3D printing them. It's going to be a sight to see. The good news is because these are for turnip, I can just be super slapdash with them. So, like, I'm not bothering to get right in the cracks between these stones and get rid of that brown base coat or anything. So there we go. Dino the Dragon says, hello everyone, missed the stream. I hope you had the right amount of chaos. I think we were fairly up there with the chaos for a while. We've had more chaotic streams, but we can't have every stream be a 10 out of 10 chaotic fest. Otherwise, we'll all just run ourselves into the ground. Emma Blast says, did you cut your thumb or paint your thumb? This is all paint, don't worry. Hugh says you could always do stuff I started where you finish as many end-of-stream models as possible. Thankfully, I don't think I have any more end-of-stream models, because I learned ages ago that I shouldn't do it. And I'm pretty sure I forced myself to finish those ones. We do stubborn project streams, though, where we pick up things that we've been meaning to work on but have stalled on, and we kind of all encourage ourselves through them. I think we're due one of those, because I have got a Blood Bowl team that I have just been neglecting and I want to make progress on but can't, so maybe in a couple of weeks' time we'll do one of those. But for now, we're just slapping paint down on these segments of stone wall. Ethan Blomquist says, oh, gotta run. Take care, everyone. Looking forward to catching up on VOD. Take care, Ethan. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And if you're catching this on VOD now, hiya! Welcome back. How is it living in the future? What sights have you seen? What wonders have you unveiled? Rotten Luck says, oh, I wouldn't mind a stubborn project stream. I need to mess with my resin printer. Right, well, nailed on, buddy. We're going to do this. I'm going to paint some Chaos Dwarves. And you can mess about with your printer, and then we'll see what else everyone else needs to be working on. Peter Fisher says, Johnny, do you have 3 or 4 Blood Bowl teams? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 Blood Bowl teams that I haven't painted yet. Hope that answers your question. Yeah, there's no shortage of Blood Bowl models for me to be painting, to be honest. In terms of ones I have painted, I think I've painted 6 or 7 teams now. I think it's... Oh no, I've got 6 unpainted teams. I've painted... If you count Dungeon Bowl as well, I've painted 8, I think. So there we go. Right. 3 sections of wall. Ah, these are going to be dead quick to smash out. Yeah, 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 yeah. Alright, great. And Kellock Fergus says, Stubborn Project stream would be really good. Would be good. I really need to finish my cat brains are small but fit so much bastard cross stitch. That is an absolutely inspired cross stitch. Yes, I want to see this thing, and I want to see this thing finished. Let's do this. For me, it's definitely the Chaos Dwarf Blood Bowl team that I've been meaning to work on. And to an extent, it was that Imperator Titan, but I'm very pleased to have done some work on it today. Hugh says, does finishing an overly detailed city map for D&D count as a stubborn piece? Absolutely, yeah. Whoops, that's the wrong grey. Shit. Of course it counts. If it's something you need to work on and have maybe been struggling with a little bit, then that's a stubborn project, my friend. It doesn't have to be anything like the stuff I'm working on. Right, here we go. Right, I'm painting 5 segments of wall, so this is the last one I'm base coating like this, and then we can move on to another grey to kind of stipple it a bit, make it look a bit different. Then I'm going to shade these, and then I might give them a little dry brush, just for fun, and then it's just about slapping the forbidden Nutella down on the ground down there. So, yeah, nice quick project this. Hopefully I can get them to a decent standard by the time we're done. Ah, good. Will has pasted a link to a picture of Jack's absolutely enormous Tau son. The Imperator Titan is not a big model compared to that. That thing is literally a foot tall. And I think I would hate painting something that big. I don't enjoy painting vehicles that much anyway. I find it quite dull. And yeah, no, I just don't think I could do it. I think I get very upset with myself. Right. So, we've got our 5 segments of wool. We've got a slightly different grey. Let's just stipple bits on randomly. Try and break it up a little bit. That works surprisingly well. Very pleasing. Great. Heh. Satisfying. Wrong grey again. Random Working says, assuming bases will be mud, yeah, I'm just going to slap some of this stuff down the side, so it's going to be fine. Kimberly Allen has done a super chat saying, "Hi Johnny, I finally got the courage to quit the job I've had since I was 18, brackets I'm 23 now. Wow. Just want to thank you for being a lovely person and creating the space for a lovely community together." Firstly, Kimberly, that's a lovely thing to say. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate the super chat. But more importantly, congratulations. 5 years is a long time to be in a job. Like, I've only managed that once. And it was at Eurogamer. Apart from that, I've sort of worked 3-4 years in any given job, max. So I'm very glad that you finally sort of gathered up the courage. I hope you're feeling great about it and that you go on to only bigger and better things. That is tremendous. Well done. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely day and take some time to just sort of be good to yourself and celebrate the fact that you did the thing. That's great. That is wonderful. Right, so after some very speedy base coating, we've got 5 sections of wall that look fine. They could look grimier, which is what we're aiming for. So, actually, I'm going to use the Athonian camo shade on this. Because Agrax Earthshade for me is in the doghouse right now, because that's 2 pots now that have come out really gloss when they're meant to be matte. So there you go. Okie dokie. I really need to find my shading brush. Is that it? No, that's not it at all. It'll turn up, I'm sure. Okay. Jan Pale says, tech support time. Cheers all, and I hope the rest of your evenings will go as well as you want them to, with a heart emoji. Take care, Jan. I hope the tech support is not too onerous, and that it is resolved very quickly. Right. Athonian Camo Shade, which is fast becoming one of my favourite shades, to be honest with you. And then we're just going to whack that on there in a haphazard sort of way. Maybe overshaded that. Impossible. Ha ha ha. Mephi2Go says, looks shady to me. Very droll. Big fan. Oopsie. Didn't let the paint fully dry on that one, did I? Nope. Oh well. It's only turnip. It's meant to look crap. Jesus, Keithy P says, speaking of big models, I've got a B52 in 1/72 scale on the to-do pile. It big. The wingspan is 78 centimetres. Yeah, that big. Bloody hell, that's a lot. Good luck. Frankly, rather you than me, I just can't handle things that big. That scale is too much for me. Yeah, definitely put too much shade on that. Oh well. God, that is such a big plane. It's like... Yeah, not for me. Not for me, the plane. Okay, just got to let that dry now. While it's drying, I suppose we could actually do the basing. Don't see why not. Captain Karimbo says, speaking of scales, Johnny, what's your ideal miniature scale? I don't know. I do like painting at like 32mm, so like this sort of thing. Like Blood Bowl minis. But that's just kind of what I'm used to, really. I've painted larger things that aren't vehicles, and I've had fun with it, but too big, and I think I get overwhelmed a little bit. So, but then it's, you know, perhaps that's just lack of experience. Not sure. Right, so let's tilt this down a little bit. Why not? Let's get out our friend, the Forbidden Nutella, acrylic thick mud from Vallejo, and we're just going to start slapping this down on the bottom of the walls. Jessica Lee's on a super chat saying, I've been missing these calm streams, a real island in the storm since we bought a house, and we're going to have twins any day now. Chores forever. Jessica, that's a lot to be dealing with right now. I'm very, very glad to provide an island in the storm. That sounds like so much, but it also sounds very, very positive. So congratulations all round. I hope everything goes well with a smooth and safe delivery, and that you have beautiful, healthy twins. And I will be here doing this sort of thing whenever you need, basically. Gosh, that sounds like such an undertaking, but also very exciting. So yeah, well done. Paint in. One more smearing, really, on the wall. Yep, that'll do. So, if, you know what, actually, give me one sec. Why didn't I do this before? Configure video. Come on. There we go. That's a bit better. It gives us a bit more breathing room, doesn't it? Cool. Mud, mud, mud. So much mud. It's actually, it feels like this looks quite plain, but I think, to be honest with you, on the background of a turnip board, it'll look suitably sludgy and horrible, so it's all in good fun. And it's, again, it's just nice to be making progress on things. I feel like today's been a good stream in terms of cleaning out my hobby cobwebs. I haven't had much time to paint outside of these streams recently, so it's been nice to sort of just tackle stuff head on. Captain Crimbo says, picked up some of the Forbidden Nutella, white edition from my Frostgrave warband, and the urge to lick it off fingers is genuinely dangerous. Oh dear. I assume it would taste rancid, so try and resist that urge for as long as you possibly can. Ideally, forever. Because I think you'll be better off for it, really. Danilla Dragon says, Johnny, do you dry brush over the Forbidden Nutella when it's done, or do you just leave it that way? I haven't ever. I think it would actually take it quite well, because you can really stipple it up to have quite a textured texture. So I think it would take it really, really well. It's just I haven't. But I am going to dry brush these walls, so it's likely that I'll accidentally hit some of that mud, and if it looks good, I'll do it on purpose. Septimus1026 has done a super chat saying, after sleeping in the doghouse when drunk, I no longer understand what is considered a place of punishment. Shelter from the elements, a personal bed, and food within arm's reach at all times. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, like, I don't want to speak for Watson, but I feel like dogs have it pretty sweet, you know? She gets treats and she gets fed and she's safe and loved. She doesn't have to pay rent. She doesn't even know what rent is. I'm going to take her out for a little walk after this. She's not been out to the toilet in a while, so that'll be nice for us both. Have a piss in the woods. She will. I'm going to go to the toilet before I leave the house. Although I have had to pee in the woods before, because we've been out for a long walk and I just haven't been able to hold it. So there you go. Will says, I dry brushed over Forbidden Nutella for my dangles, and it does look very, very good. Tyrant skull in it. There you go. I'll try it then. What are your dangles, Will? Oh, Dark Angels. I got there. Thank you. Septimus1026, being questioned about the whole food within arm's reach thing by the rest of chat, says, I said food, not quality food. There you go. There you go. Right, well, you know what? Talking of needing the toilet, I'd need to pee, and there's only 7 minutes left before 8 p.m. So I'm actually going to call an end to the stream here. Thank you so much for joining me. We got a fair amount done. We painted this entire dwarf. He's ready to smash some big pieces up on the astrogranite, once I base him, obviously. We made some good progress with our Imperator Titan. Come on, focus. There we go. That's ready for some decent layering, and then some highlights, and then I will ship that off to its intended recipient, and then we hastily painted up, almost to completion, 5 walls for Turnip. Do they look amazing? No. Do they look good enough? Yeah. So that's nice. So yeah, thank you very much everybody for watching this. It's been lovely. There's loads more stuff for you to check out on the channel if you would like. You know where that is by now, I assume. It's youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. You're literally already watching this channel, so it's not hard for you to find the main thing. I do have a Patreon if you want to support me directly. That would be great. It's patreon.com/Johnny Chiodini. Emma Benton has put a link already into the chat. But either way, I just want to say thank you very, very much for watching this. It has been a lovely good time, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, however much there is left. I'm back on Thursday. I'll be streaming a video game. What's it called? Can't remember. So just look out for an announcement on that. I'm on Twitter at JOHNNEH at Johnair, if that would come in handy. But anyway, thank you again for watching. Have a lovely day, and I will catch you very soon. Take care.